We up in here. It is our NBA playoff live chat. Hello, Jasmyn. Hello, Josh Wilson. You're back.
Hello.
I am back.
And I was hoping this series is going to be 2 apiece, but it's 3-1. Never say die, Brooklyn Nets. This is not. I know you're on the road. I know you've had some tough losses. I know you want to kill Joel Embiid, but I'm
Figuratively.
Well, really?
I don't. I love Joel Embiid. Kansas connection.
I think the Nets are a little more angry than that.
Oh, well, sure. Yeah.
I mean,
Jared
and
I think there's one net a little more angry than that.
you think it's just one?
It seems like it.
It's
yeah.
one, and then it's check marks.
The actual person that was victimized by Joel Embiid has had no issue with Joel Embiid. So
Yeah, okay.
Jared Allen has said next to nothing about this.
Well, see, but like Jared Allen, and this is pretty much a clean. I thought it was a clean block for
Yeah,
the most part.
it wasn't a foul.
And everybody's allowed to throw a little chicken wing. I thought that was, game 2. If we're going back to that, I didn't have any real issue with it.
I
Yeah, I
thought
would
that
agree.
was far worse than what happened in the block where Jared Dudley went after him. And maybe it was everything
Yeah.
building up to it, and Jared Dudley just had enough. And I think that's kind of what he said.
Oh,
He
you're
was just-
saying the elbow wasn't bad.
that was real bad.
I think the
that
elbow
was
was
very
bad. I think the foul or the non-call or whatever in the last game where Jared Dudley tried to retaliate, I thought that was stupid. I thought that was a clean block.
Yeah, I mean, with the elbow, Embiid even said that he felt like, in looking back at it, it was
Yeah.
bad.
Like,
So,
how is his ear not bleeding? I don't.
yeah.
I'm talking about the play at the elbow where he throws out the little
Yeah,
elbow.
he
Where he moved
spins and he
yeah.
hits him in. Everyone
That's
was like,
a-
that should have been a flagrant.
Playoff ball. Everybody chill out.
All right,
Let's
well,
go-
we know
let's-
how you play basketball.
Let's go.
I'm okay with it
You probably
happening,
play
but
the
it's-
same way. Come
No.
on. Oh,
No.
oh
I'm not-
my God.
I'm not a post player, so no.
You swat stuff in a horse, Jasmyn.
That's
Wimbish.
horse, because you're trash.
That is cold. Yeah, that's extra letters.
Right? I
Yeah,
mean, she
but-
should be kicked out of horse games.
Instead, I'm the reigning champion of horse in this office.
Ton of NBA news before we get to the game tonight. Number one, so the Lakers interviewed Jason Kidd. Come on, Lakers! Don't you know that Jason Kidd can't coach? Didn't we prove that in New Jersey back
I
in
don't
the day?
think the Lakers are paying attention, though. That's the problem.
We didn't figure that out when he was in Milwaukee. When we see what Mike
We figured that out. The Lakers clearly have not figured anything
Lakers,
out.
yeah, lots of stuff to figure out there. I don't think they know exactly how the NBA or basketball truly works. They're higher ups.
I would say, yeah, Rob Pelinka, former agent, does he really know the inner workings of what makes a good basketball front office? Jeannie Buss, not really.
Kurt Rambis is
Rambis.
peeping his head in again. This is amazing.
Well, I don't think people I think people realized today that he has been working for the Lakers. He's like a team executive of theirs, and so people are all like, "Whoa, Kurt Rambis is."
Well,
on the map.
no one leaves the Lakers.
Yeah.
You just get lowered to a different role, and you still kind of peep your head in and just say things once in a while. Like Magic
Basically.
Johnson is still apparently talking to the Lakers just as much as he was when he was
Yeah,
president,
and he-
which probably says a lot about how awful of a job he was doing when he was president.
And they were talking about, I was reading an article earlier that Magic Johnson's still going to help them try and get people this offseason. And I'm like, why? You don't work for them anymore.
So now he can basically legally tamper.
Yeah, basically, which is causes a whole other slew of issues for the Lakers, honestly.
See, I'm all for just let Magic hang around. Let him do what he was meant to do originally, which is
What?
Just go out he did it. Look, Magic showed up at LeBron's doorstep at 11:59 when it was midnight. The door opened, there they were, and he brought LeBron to LA. Let him do that.
But I think that he gets too much credit for bringing LeBron to LA because I think LeBron already had in his mind. Like,
That's
Magic
fine.
Johnson could have showed up to the meeting drunk and,
That's
completely
fine.
in disarray. I think LeBron would have gone to LA regardless.
That's fine. Let him be the hot fudge on the sundae. Let him be the cherry on top. I mean, he doesn't have to be quote unquote the reason. But you want to come here? Let me let you talk to Magic, and he'll tell you how awesome it is to be a Laker.
I mean, not recently. Maybe sure in the '80s and in the Kobe days, but they haven't made the playoffs in how long?
6
Haven't
years.
been relevant in how long?
Yeah, they're still relevant. They're just not.
They're
good.
relevant in the sense that they are the brand, the Los Angeles Lakers. Any other form of relevance, it's not.
Yeah.
Doesn't apply.
Of course. They're showing Jimmy Butler on the screen right now, who, by the way, in his last 3 games, 11.3 points per game for Jimmy, shooting 45% from the field as we get ready for Nets and Sixers game 5 here.
One thing we should mention is our bingo that we're playing.
Oh,
again.
yeah, let's show the bingo.
So we're going to be playing bingo again for those of you who watched us last time. We've
Bingo!
got 3 customized bingo boards Here's there goes a highlighter. Already screwed it up. Way to go. Here's my bingo piece. We've got Ben Simmons. It is a free space in his his GQ Australia cover, which you should all check out because it's hella corny.
I've got my boy Mike Scott.
For various reasons that I don't understand.
And
I don't watch The Office.
I got Ben Simmons too, missing, but he's not missing anymore because he's been playing some pretty good basketball.
That's a great.
I mean, this is a beautiful thing. I like my chances tonight. I feel good about it, even though I just lost my highlighter, but we'll have to rectify that situation.
It is important to note that last time we played bingo, I won. So I'll be trying to retain my title this week.
Yes, you're a very competitive person, and somehow, some way, your bingo card hit. Although
I'm doing a shout out. Nice catch. I'm doing a shout out to Ashley. I think she rigged it in my honor. So that was totally.
Ashley Young would do something like that.
It was totally set up for me to win. Let's be honest.
You ready for the awkward conversation of the night?
I don't know. You like to spring these things on us.
Well, the awkward conversation of the night is what's going on in Sacramento with Luke Walton.
I knew you were going to say that.
Who was accused, it came out today, of sexually assaulting a woman before he was named the coach of the Lakers back in April of 2016. This is a civil lawsuit first reported by TMC, was confirmed by ESPN. Kelly Tennant, former host of Spectrum Sports Net LA, she's got a podcast now, is accusing Luke of doing terrible things.
Right.
So that's we don't know true or not true, but certainly incredibly uncomfortable for everyone involved. And Sacramento, I guess you just sit back and see what goes on here. But Luke was there today with Lottie, and they were interviewing assistant coaches. So moving forward, I guess.
I mean, that's how these things usually go in any aspect of sexual assault or anything. It's usually business as usual. The only thing I ask is that people don't try and assume that she is lying, because that's how these usually happen. Wait until you hear both sides of the story. Wait until you hear everything, and then you can make your decision. But from what I've seen, it's the same old, oh, well, she's doing it because of this, and oh, she still worked with him after this. And it's like, you don't know what people go through when they experience these things, so don't act like you've been there.
I just got to say, you never see these coming, obviously. And I certainly did not see this coming with Luke, who has a stellar, and I'm not saying that it's real or not real or anything, but to be in this situation where there is an accusation. Luke, extremely well respected in the game, well liked. So this one caught me completely out of left field, that Luke would be even accused. And again, we don't know anything, but that was some awkward NBA news today for sure. We're tracking the other games as well right now. What do we got here? Looks like we're going to have a Raptor blowout here, 61-42 over Orlando. So the Raptor moving on, which is going to be super exciting.
And they play the winner of this series, Sixers, Brooklyn.
Right. And we're going to have the Celtics. We know Celtics and the Bucks.
Yeah. That's a hell of a series.
This is a hell of a series.
Went to 7 games last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
we got Giannis even better than last year.
I don't think even last year is relevant.
Well, no, because you didn't have Kyrie, you didn't have Gordon Hayward. Hayward, who's been playing really well.
The Celtics were basically running on unexpected players, like Scary Terry, who's been pretty much nowhere this postseason. Jason Tatum had to step up. Very different Celtics team this year.
Who do you like in the series?
I like the Bucks. The Bucks have impressed me a lot. I kind of thought the inexperience of the playoffs and not having won a playoff series yet was going to bite them, but they've been phenomenal, pretty much flawless.
They've won 45 games by 10+. They've been a top defensive team all season long. They've been a top offensive team all season long. They have the MVP to be in Giannis, who I don't know who the hell's going to guard him. I mean, who's guarding Giannis?
No one's guarding Giannis. That's
someone's got to guard him. How do you match it up?
I mean, I guess you just throw Al Horford at him and see if he can slow him down. That's the only option you have. You have Baines, you have Theus. You just kind of throw a 3-headed monster and see if you can stop the bleeding. But I don't think it's really about stopping or guarding Giannis. You let him get what he gets. It's about stopping everybody else around him.
Right.
And I know that we're going to talk about maybe previewing that series. I don't know if we're going to do that now or at halftime. But I think stopping everyone around him is kind of the key.
Yes, and I'm so excited for this series. I just want to talk about it right now.
Well, you just think the Celtics are going to win because you have to say that because you have them going to the finals. So.
I don't have to say it. I change my mind all the time. I prove
That's
that
true.
over and over again.
He's very flaky.
That I'm willing. I will flip. I will flop. Things change in life. you see different stuff. They're about to get going here. Jared Allen's got the sweetest afro in the league.
It does. It's so well manicured.
I mean, the headband.
This is the only time, by the way, that this head wrap works if you have hair like this. I'm tired of seeing your boy, Mike Scott, who has a fade, has no hair. Why are you running around with the head wrap?
Who's
you
to say who can and can't wear these
Jasmyn
headbands?
says who's to say. That just said it.
I don't think Mike Scott really cares that
I know
much.
he doesn't care. He's got all these emojis tattooed on his arm.
doesn't
He
care
clearly
what
doesn't give a damn.
anybody thinks. No.
Obviously.
What do you think of the look of Brett Brown? Does that not make you think like the fugitive? Is that not?
That makes me think that he's stressed that his job is on the line, and
Well, his
depending
jo-
on how well this team does in the playoffs.
His job is on the line.
So that's what that looks like to me.
As we get underway here and jumping around topics, Ben Simmons with a basketball, guarded by Jared Dudley. Okay, which Sixer?
Yeah.
Dudley with
Sixers
the steal.
between Jimmy Butler and Tobias Harris will both be back. Will neither be back? What would you say?
We were just talking about this before the live stream, and
It's a tough
think we
decision.
said-
I think either one of them will come back if you give them the max.
well, yeah, I think, maybe.
I wouldn't pay either of them the max. But go ahead.
I would pay Jimmy. Tobias,
you really?
Yeah, Tobias has been a little bit underwhelming for me.
No way am I giving Jimmy Butler a max
No?
contract.
Okay, well, you have feelings about Jimmy Butler, so you're tainted, and I don't.
You would give Jimmy a max contract?
Yes. First of all, it's market value. You can't underpay Jimmy Butler because if Chandler Parsons has a max contract, which he does, again, it was 2 years ago. You're trying to tell me that Jimmy Butler doesn't deserve a max contract? I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying the way that the NBA is set up, you have to pay him a
I
max.
don't know if you fly up Chandler Parsons, one of the worst contracts. Now he got
Exactly.
hurt, and say like, "See, you paid him."
He signed that contract when he was hurt, though. That's the stupid thing about it. But whatever.
Pull up jumper. Joel Embiid 4-0 Philly, just underway here. Jimmy Butler. Let's do a little Jimmy Butler history for 1 second here. Jimmy Butler was the last pick in the first round to the Bulls at number 30. He was this humble kid out of Tomball, Texas, who came from absolutely nothing. Pull up three for J.J. Redick. Nope, rebound to the Nets.
Continues to miss.
And he worked his way into a credible player.
Right.
And then,
Wow, that's flat.
with the little help from
Jesus,
Tom Thibodeau,
Karis.
Karis LeVert off the mark, no good. The Nets look very tight right now, and they don't guard Embiid.
Oh
who
my
pulls
God.
up from 10, missed that jumper. And,
Everyone looks terrible right now to start. Looks like me trying to play.
look
And a pair of jeans. That's what it looks like, actually.
D'Angelo Russell, 3 from the top. That's back of the rim, no good. Nets are 0 this has this feeling right now of an exhibition game. Embiid no, I thought it was going
Well,
to
let me ask the people who are watching. Put in the chat. Would you pay Jimmy Butler a max contract? Is he worth a max contract? Let us know.
So are you saying that you would pay Tobias though, or would you let both of them walk?
I would bet on Tobias much more than I would bet on Jimmy.
I think you're saying that only because of the headaches that Jimmy Butler
That's correct.
causes.
That's
That's
good.
the reason you wouldn't pay Jimmy
That's-
Butler the max.
that's right.
Which I get, but also you have to realize that he's going to get a max no matter what because of the way that the market is set up. He is going to get a max because there are so many players who get max contracts who shouldn't be getting max contracts.
So who do you think gives him a max deal? Who are the teams that are giving him a max deal?
The Lakers.
You think the Lakers are going to give Jimmy
Yes.
a max contract?
I think Jimmy Butler, if he's not in Philly, I think he will be a Los Angeles Laker next season.
Okay, Jimmy and LeBron doesn't work.
Well, of course it doesn't, but we've clearly seen that the Lakers don't know what the hell they're doing. So, sure, let's go add in Jimmy Butler into this cluster of a situation.
So, oh boy, it is a rough start here for Brooklyn as Butler just picks Jared Allen.
8-0 run.
Eight-
Oh, wait, we're close to an 11-0 run, which I think I have on my board. Yes, I do.
I have that on my board somewhere as well. I
Just saying.
believe.
I need Ben Simmons to hit a 3, and then he'll be on an 11-0 run, which
People
will
are,
never happen.
We're getting a lot of no-sirs, by the way, on the chat, seeing as far as Jimmy being worth a max contract. Maybe the Lakers will do it. I'm not
not
totally
even
convinced.
seeing anything in the
I'm not totally
chat.
convinced the Lakers aren't going to have a better option. You are talking about the Lakers. I don't care how dysfunctional they are,
Mm-hmm.
and you're talking about playing with LeBron. Listen, I think Kawhi probably stays in Toronto. But
I think we want Kawhi to stay in Toronto.
we definitely want him to stay in Toronto.
Yeah.
But I'm not convinced that he will. I mean, if I'm Kawhi, and I can go play with LeBron in LA, I'm making that move. I'm going to live in LA. I'm going to be the second banana.
I don't think he
to LeBron.
wants. I don't think he wants to play with LeBron James though. That's the thing. I don't think that's something that
sense
he
on
wants
that?
to do.
For Kawhi,
Yeah.
it's so hard to tell because he hasn't said anything.
Right.
But-
Let's all go into Kawhi's head and make a guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the Raptors hired Kawhi's friend who worked for the Spurs for a while. It seems like, he's pretty happy there from what we can tell. It's really hard because he says nothing at all. If they go to the finals this year, I think he stays in Toronto, but
And they very well might.
they
Toronto's
might.
got a shot.
He could change his mind just based off of. I don't think he likes cold weather. I think he just wants to live in LA.
He did say that is the only thing we've gotten
Yeah.
from Kawhi about
doesn't like the
Toronto
cold.
is that he doesn't like cold weather.
And it's
So-
cold almost all the time in Toronto. I think he just wants to be in LA, and I don't think that means that he wants to play for the Lakers. There's a perfectly good other team over there in LA that is the best team in Staples Center right now. So
That's fine. You could go be a Clipper. People, I still think we need to give a little respect to a guy who is still hanging on as the best player in basketball.
LeBron James?
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, who are we talking about?
I mean, Giannis is making an argument here. He certainly has been the best player this year, but you haven't. I don't know. Maybe I'm sitting here and too much in the past. But like in my mind, I got a chance to play for the premier franchise in the NBA with the best player and be reason number 1A that we win a title. That would be pretty attractive to me.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think the Lakers have all of the pieces that they need. They have LeBron, they have the money to go after potentially 2 stars this summer, but it's a matter of they don't have the people running the organization to make these smart moves. And there's been a history of dysfunction that might push some players away.
So they're going to hire Ty Lue, right? I mean, that's if we had to bet on it, don't you think it's Ty Lue all day?
Yeah.
But they don't have a president right now who can competently run things.
Do we really think that Rob Pelinka stinks? Because I don't know if I believe that Rob Pelinka to me strikes me as a fairly smart guy. Maybe
He's smart. I'm not questioning his intelligence. I just don't think that he.
Leadership starts from the top down, and Jeannie Buss has not done a good job.
fair enough, but like at the end of the day, I like Jeannie. I think
like
she's
her
a little
too.
too loyal. A little too loyal to Magic, I guess. But like, I don't think that. I don't know. I think the Lakers.
I like her too. I think it's good that she's around the Lakers, but she's not making. She doesn't know basketball that well.
Fair.
She doesn't delegate her responsibilities to other people as much as she should.
Switch with me.
Maybe I'm just going down the.
I can't read the chat on mine.
Okay.
I'll just pay attention to it.
There you go. Well,
Damn it! You closed it, Mark.
No, I didn't. I had it rolling. I saw that Hunter weighed in about if the Warriors the Warriors lose
Chat's
2
not working
players,
on there.
as in if KD heads off somewhere, and who would be another player that the Warriors could lose this year? Isn't Klay?
Klay Thompson is a free agent this summer. Yes.
Oh, and
I don't
so-
think he's going anywhere. Though.
Okay, so if
Klay's fine.
Klay's not going anywhere. But let's just say hypothetically, Klay and KD leave. Would the Warriors take Jimmy? I'm sure they would. But Klay's not going anywhere.
No,
KD, I think is. Don't you?
Again, it's one of those things where it's like it's hard to say. I think everyone is, again, it's one of those things where it's like we're hoping that he leaves because then it's just like another chink in the armor of like, oh, they look beatable now. But
I think KD's leaving. He's done.
you think he's going to New York?
He's done everything. Yeah, maybe. I think he could go a number of places. I think he's done everything that he wanted to do in Golden State. It was just a shot clock violation. That's on my bingo board.
Damn it. Is that on mine?
Shot clock violation.
Oh, it
bingo
is.
board.
That means it's probably not on yours.
No, but I'm looking. I just got to go over my card here. I've
Shot
got.
clock.
So if you're rocking with the Mike Scott bingo board,
Go ahead,
should
put it
call
on
that
there.
one off.
Put it on there. Put your
Oh.
show it up there. Wow, I love how you like even squared it. It's really nicely done.
I just wanted to be sure that I knew I got that.
That
one
you got
marked
that
off.
right.
Yes.
All right, so Philly up 10-0. It's about to be. Damn it! I'm waiting for an 11-0 run because that's on my board. Tobias Harris with the missed 3.
I mean, can we?
Can we what?
When it comes to KD leaving Golden State, wouldn't it be kind of soft for him to just, take another pay cut and stay there?
Would it be soft?
I mean, if he has the option to go somewhere and basically lead a team and not be kind of, just one of the stars.
I think
on a team.
that if he stays and he takes another pay cut, I mean it's just going to add to the like, oh my god, KD snake, blah, 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 whatever. Like I think people are.
Yeah.
KD is.
He's been great though. I think the snake stuff is a little too far.
Don't you all think?
Unless you're an OKC fan.
Don't you think
Right.
he's straight about legacy right now? No one's giving me credit for winning here in Golden State. I want to be considered the best player in the game. I want to be a guy that won here, and then and by the way, I just carried the New York Knicks to the top of the NBA mountain. Like that, I think that's what that Philadelphia 12, Brooklyn
11-0 run. I get that.
Oh,
That's
I
on
had
my
that
board.
too.
So
Oh,
I
no,
guess
I don't.
I
thought
do.
I had it.
Brooklyn, you're going to show up here at some point.
or not.
Karis LeVert, you're going to get a bucket here at some point.
This is
D'Lo is going to get a bucket here at some point. There we go. D'Angelo Russell.
Well, okay, so I have D'Angelo
Good
Russell
God.
scores 30 on my bingo board, but at this point, the Nets aren't going to score 30. So.
That's true. The way this is looking. Also, what's up with TNT's shot clock on the score here? I hate
looks
it.
broken. It looks like they zoomed
Is
it
the graphic
into the
broken?
arena.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're going for a retro look
A
or
nostalgic
something.
feel. I don't know.
Can
The
we-
chat's not working on here either. What the hell is going on?
Oh, I mean, Joel Embiid's traveling all over the court and they're not calling anything.
Speaking of people who they call nothing on, can we all agree that like Boban gets the biggest pass in the league because he's Boban?
In terms
A
of
pass of
what?
how?
A pass of they don't call anything on his ass ever. And it's because he's Boban and he's funny and it's Bobby and Toby and it's like I get that he's massive and he's
Did you guys just
entertaining.
see that?
It's interesting that you say that because I as I was sitting there watching, the 12-minute condensed games over and over again today,
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching Boban a lot. He set so many illegal screens. It's
Yes,
unbelievable.
and it's just like no one does anything because like whoop, it's just big. I just don't think they know how to
well, it's like it's
like call things on him because he's so large.
he's the character. You ever seen the movie Big Fish?
Yeah, is that the
The tall giant guy.
yeah.
passed away
That's a
along-
good movie.
It's a
That's a good call.
He's Big Fish, man. I love Boban.
Was watching I think it was game 3 back home, and my mom the whole game was trying to figure out who Boban reminded her of. And in the third quarter, she came up with a young version of BFG.
Oh, I think I saw that tweet that you put out or something. Did you tweet that? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That's what she came up with. And
I've never seen
I can kinda see
BFG,
it,
so I
yeah.
wouldn't know.
Who's BFG?
Big friendly
I'll
giant.
pull up a.
Oh, I think it's who I'm talking about from Big Fish, is it not?
No, that's Big Friendly
I don't
Giant.
think
Big
so.
Fish, you're just talking about the giant in the circus that's
Yeah.
in Big Fish.
Yeah. Who was in it? Richard,
So there's that.
You know what I'm talking about?
This guy.
Okay, now.
Oh, God. You could put that up there.
Yeah, no. Can you pull up the Big Fish guy?
Big fish. Guy.
Giant from Big Fish. Yeah, I got that. Because he does actually resemble the giant from Big Fish.
That
a
is
little bit.
strange.
It
that
looks.
those are-
It looks exactly like him.
It's very weird.
I pulled up Big Fish Guy, and it came up with a bunch of strange YouTube videos.
Well, you're doing
up on
something wrong.
Give me an image. Not that guy. That's.
I got you.
There he
you.
is.
There, that is
That's
him.
him.
Okay, go
That's
ahead.
him.
That's a better picture than I have.
That's
I
him.
mean,
in the,
that's a little bit hard.
that guy.
That
That's
guy.
Boban.
I mean,
That's the dude. If you've seen Big Fish, you know who I'm talking about. If you haven't, you should check it out because it's a great.
that dude was a sweetheart in Big Fish, and Boban is a sweetheart in real life. And now I get my.
Okay, there you go.
I got this back. All right, very cool. This is kind of.
So we got a question in the chat.
Yeah. Okay.
We've kind of discussed it already, but we can kind of go over it again.
Yeah.
Do you guys think Jimmy stays in Philadelphia? If it was up to Jimmy,
If it's up to him,
yeah,
I think so.
yeah.
He seems to like it there.
He just
He also
embodies-
seems to like everywhere that he is for the first season and a half,
Also true.
maybe 2 seasons, and then he kind of just gets disinterested. But then again, the other places he's been, you could argue he has not been surrounded with the pieces that can compete.
That's true.
In Philly, if he comes back, they do have those pieces. They have, well, for the most part, they don't have much depth on the bench. That's definitely something to work on this
Yeah.
offseason. But they've got Ben and Joel, and that alone is a great start.
Yeah, I think, again, I agree with you. If it's up to Jimmy, I think he stays in Philadelphia. He is Philadelphia to a T. Everything about
Oh.
Jimmy Butler is Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So I think if it's up to him, I do think that Philly offers him the max because what the hell else are you going to do? Unless they just flat out don't want to pay him, and then they're just like, you can go somewhere else with that.
I don't think that's the case, though. I think,
Yeah, like, they
I
like
mean,
him.
Elton Brand is basically the guy making those decisions, right? And
Yeah.
he seems to really like Tobias and Jimmy Butler. So if I were a betting man, I would say Elton's going to try and bring both of those guys back.
That's a lot of money tied up in.
Their bench is going to suffer because of that.
Yeah, that's a lot of money tied up in 2 dudes. Well, yeah, because Ben's still on a rookie. Joel Embiid has his money, but they're going to have to pay him again sometime.
Right.
So
Jimmy just wants to be wanted. He wants somebody to step
He
up.
was wanted in Minnesota, though. I don't think it's about. He just wants competence around him,
Well,
which I can agree with. Like,
Hold on.
I'm sorry, but
I mean,
like,
he was surrounded with Karl Anthony Towns, who's a
Karl-Anthony
great player,
Towns,
and
who's a-
Andrew Wiggins, who doesn't care.
Andrew Wiggins, who doesn't care, but Karl Anthony Towns, who is basically too. It's like the misgeneration thing. Like Jimmy's. It's not like Jimmy's old. It's not like he's in his 30s. He's like 20 something years old. But Karl Anthony Towns is a very young 21-year-old or whatever. Like
yeah,
he watches cartoons on
I
the
don't
regular.
think, like the difference between Ben Simmons and Karl Anthony Towns is pretty intense. I think
Yes.
if you yell at Ben Simmons, because Jimmy Butler will yell at his teammates. If Jimmy Butler yells at Ben Simmons, I think Ben Simmons snaps and starts playing well.
Yeah.
If Jimmy Butler yells at Karl Anthony Towns, I think Karl Anthony Towns kind of like grovels in a corner.
Well, he's a very emotional dude, which is fine, but that's just not like Jimmy's motivation style is cussing you out. Like if I don't know if you guys saw the video where like his pregame ritual where he's
Yeah.
yelling at like an equipment manager for the 76ers to get the F out of his seat. Like he does that before every single game. Like that's his tactic. And Karl Anthony Towns doesn't appreciate that.
And I think it works for Philly. I think
Yeah.
these guys respond to that pretty well. I mean,
The Brooklyn Nets have scored.
Simmons, as much
And
as
who scored? Spencer Dinwiddie.
No,
That
it
was
was
Jared
Dinwiddie to
Was
Jared
it Jared
Allen.
Allen?
It was
Damn
Dinwiddie
it.
to Jared Allen.
I hope Spencer Dinwiddie goes for 40. Just saying.
Hold on. A couple things on Jimmy, just in his pregame BS.
Here we go.
Number one, what Jimmy would do before games is walk around the locker room and scream out things like, "Ain't nobody in the effing world that can do what I do except for one guy."
Are you talking about his time in Chicago? You said that? Okay.
And the one guy that could do what Jimmy could do was Jordan himself.
He said that?
Yes, that's
fantastic.
That's what he would do. And Derrick Rose and Joakim Noah would look at him like this guy is such an enormous pain in the ass. And then of course, like somehow in Chicago at the time, it, like Rose was the bad guy.
Pass it, dude. Come on.
Jimmy just missed a layup. It's very enjoyable.
Should've passed it to
Boban
Mike
just
Scott.
fouled somebody, and they called it.
Boban foul. I have on my board here, Boban fouls out. So, 1 down, 5 to go.
16-2. But here come the Nets. I could feel it.
Here come the Nets down 16-2.
Okay, so there's that. Then Jimmy separates himself from the team. He goes and gets dressed in his own quarters. The dude, it's just incredible to me how you went from such a humble guy to an incredible diva. Then he goes to Minnesota. He didn't like the fact that Karl Anthony Towns would bring his PlayStation or whatever video game system with him on the road. He thought that was something where these guys didn't care. They were soft because they were bringing their game system
Which
with
is
them.
weird because Jimmy, I watched, he did this segment on GQ where it's like essentials that you can't live without. And like he brings like a briefcase of, I think it might be cards or dice or something. He brings something with him around all the time. So it's like, why are you judging people for... A lot of dudes bring their gaming consoles with them because that's just the thing that they like to do and unwind. Why are you...
That's right, NBA player. Boban in the paint. Boban, short shot. Boban.
Boban makes it.
It's 20-2.
Wow. This is brutal.
We're leaving at halftime.
I think we chose the wrong game to stream tonight. So
okay.
There's that.
20-2. Wow. Well, it's looking pretty good for my square of team scores 75 by halftime.
That is true. I have that on here maybe. I also have Shabazz Napier plays, which is actual possibility that might happen based on the way this is going.
I have D'Angelo Russell takes a bad shot, which I feel like has happened a few times now.
You can
Well, he's
mark
been
it.
blocked.
I'm going to keep an eye out for another one of those.
Yeah, you gotta
'cause
see
it's
it.
on its way.
Yeah. If we're,
Boban,
like, really-
17-footer. No.
Okay, if that went in, it's a wrap.
Boban hits like 3 shots from the elbow last game. It was remarkable.
You guys also have to remember that as I'm trying to build some momentum here for the Nets, these are long games, and anything can happen, and it's early. Thank you.
That's true.
Very much.
Basketball is a game of runs. That should be
So we have this game on mute. I am curious, I'm
Tobias-
sure the crowd was loud.
Tobias with the 3. 23-2. My God, Brooklyn, what the hell are you doing?
See, and everyone's going to look at this too like, see, the Sixers, they got it rolling. This is like the Nets are just incompetent right now.
Yeah, no one's making shots. Everyone's got the yips. But we also have to talk about the fact that Joe Harris, who led the regular season in three-point shooting, is like 0 for 16 or something in the like he has not made a three-point shot since the first game of the series. So it's about like maybe he'll get it going in the second half. I don't know, maybe second quarter, but his shot's got to start falling. He made a blindfolded three-point shot like earlier in the season. He's got to start making them at some point. Like it just can't end like this.
Do you
Or
want
it
to
does.
talk about Joe Harris there, Josh? Because I know you love him.
Big fan of Joe Harris. He's been nowhere in the playoffs, but I mean,
Yeah, he's been invisible.
I loved that he won the 3-point competition. I think he's a great player for Brooklyn, but it's been
Hasn't
not
shown.
a good playoff run.
Nope.
Yeah, and you're a big Mike Scott guy.
I'm a huge Mike Scott guy. Mike Scott has accidentally become my brand, and
That wasn't accidental. That was on purpose.
no, it was accidental.
Why don't you tell the people what you're talking about?
I don't know. Every Mike Scott tweet that I have just seems to explode. So
And not Philadelphia Mike Scott. He's talking about Mike Scott from The Office. He tweeted something who would win in a fight. Mike Scott, who?
no, I tweeted.
Yeah, so
it's
expunge,
pinned to my
man, come
profile.
on.
I said Joel Embiid or Marcus Smart in a street fight, and I said the answer is Mike Scott because Mike Scott from the Sixers is like just inserting himself into any and all situations.
Karis
made
LeVert
that?
for 3.
There we go.
25-6, only down 19. You just gotta get it. You gotta get it to 10. Get it to 10 by the 6-minute mark of the second quarter. No
It's
problem.
possible. It's possible. I mean, yeah.
All right, well, we're
I don't know,
not.
man.
But-
I'm here for the comeback.
But I am a
Sure.
big fan of Michael Scott from Scranton as well. Big Office fan.
Yeah, I've never seen it. You can crucify me in the comments. Don't care. Not gonna watch it. Tried to watch the show. Don't think it's funny. Don't care.
Are you a Friends fan?
I'm a Friends fan, but it's not like it's the greatest show ever made.
I've tried Friends and didn't like that.
That's
so.
fine. Again,
How do you feel about Seinfeld?
love Seinfeld.
Seinfeld's great.
Seinfeld's my brand of comedy. Just completely,
Nothing.
yes.
Yeah.
Completely ridiculous. Completely just, I can't cuss in this, but
You can.
just completely stupid shit happening to you on a daily basis.
There you go.
Like,
How'd that feel?
That's how I feel. Like that's how life is.
That's-
just an endless amount of stupid shit that happens to you. So that's why I identify with Seinfeld.
28-6 Philly. Just to do the numbers here. Jerry
We're
Seinfeld.
up to 3 guys in head wraps.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh wait, is DeMar?
Not. We're missing now. The Nets are missing layups.
Jesus Christ. And Philly's making them.
30-6. The Nets are 2 for 18 from the field, 1 of 6 from 3. Spencer Dinwiddie in the lane.
When you have Rondé Hollis Jefferson taken, hey, he made
Hey,
it.
Rondé, make one. All right, 30-8.
Remember Rondé Hollis Jefferson, everyone? Me either. Until this series.
I'm all for the Rondé Hollis Jefferson. Layup Ben Simmons, nowhere
Missed it.
close.
There we go. That's what you need.
That was some ugliness
I
right
feel like
there.
we're all pulling for the Nets here just so it's a close game.
Well, and just for
My God.
just for humanity.
Block and foul. All right, here we go. So we've got 2 dudes in head wraps on the floor. Rondé, Hollis Jefferson, and Mike Scott, I believe. Is that it?
I'm trying to see. There was another one I thought I saw, but I couldn't tell.
Damari Carroll, I think, wears it, but you can't see the back of it.
That's
'cause
what
of
I'm
his
wondering.
dreads.
And I think we're up to 4 head wraps.
So you're not good. Do you have that on your board? You
I have
won't- we won't be
5
able to-
plus, and I don't think there's another.
Won't be able to color that one in then, buddy.
Somebody could change at halftime.
We don't have PJ Tucker running out here on the floor. No one's gonna change at halftime. That's not how this works.
You know what this looks like if we're being completely honest? The Nets game 4 was an incredible game.
Yes. That was a game that they needed to win, and they lost it.
And they didn't and this team looks like they're ready for summer vacation.
Yeah.
That's really what's going on right now, if we're being fair.
Sean Marks got suspended. He's not even here.
The GM stormed into the
GM gets
Which is
suspended.
like
Owner gets a fine.
Such a move. Like,
It's something. It's
I think it's hilarious. Like, people are like, "Oh my God, that's so unprofessional." I'm like, sure it is, but it's also great content. I'm sorry. I'm always for the content.
I'm not quite sure how I feel about it. I think it's really unprofessional and inappropriate, but at the same time, kind of cool to see him standing up for his players like that, I guess.
Yeah, I think it. Like, some people are like, "This isn't how you build culture." Blah blah blah. Whatever other words you want to use. But
Sweet
I
take
just,
Karis LeVert missed it, but tipped it in. 30-11. We're in double figures here. 1 minute left in the first quarter.
just don't think it matters that much. Like, yeah, he went to the refs locker room, so who cares? All right, we suspended him for a game for that. Really?
Well, you can't go storming in the refs.
I also didn't know you could suspend a GM.
Me either.
Well, that's the other thing.
If we're suspending GMs, can we suspend owners? I'd like Mark Cuban to be removed at every game.
Nets a block and a strip, and they throw ahead, and Spencer Dinwiddie a layup, 30-13. Brett Brown's acting like it's a 1-point game with 5 seconds
Always
to go.
is.
You gotta bring-
He's
it's very
never
Philly.
not stressed out.
All the intensity, all the time.
That's So irritating that
Wow. Okay, you know what?
Joel Embiid
It was a
just
very
ran over
reckless offensive
One of my
move.
least favorite things about big dudes like Joel Embiid is how they just like randomly flail their body about as if they weigh 120 pounds. That's a lot of weight to just be flying about in the air with just reckless abandonment. Like you can't just do that.
See, I'm too afraid of guys getting hurt. I'm going to admit that right now. But if I'm Philly and Brett Brown, and I know that Joel Embiid is nursing a sore knee the entire playoffs,
sitting.
and he's missing games. If I'm up 17 points here in the first quarter, he's going to sit.
Yeah, why is he in the game right now?
Why would you have him in the game? Is that's the normal rotation that he runs? You know what? Think outside the box for 1 second.
Unless it's maybe just like they want to put this game away so early that they're like, we're going to put you in the first half. If we're up by 30, we're going to take you out. But then again, as we've seen with the Warriors, no lead is safe in the playoffs.
The Nets just let Ben Simmons run right down the lane and throw down a dunk with the right hand.
Which is odd because it's like the only thing he can do.
Zero resistance. Karis LeVert on the other end hits a short shot, 32-15.
Wow.
That will do it for the first quarter.
Wow.
There
Wah.
were so many other things I would prefer to watch than that first quarter. The Office is one of them.
Well, we could.
I'd love to fire up an episode of The Office right now.
I'd say we could segue to Orlando and Toronto, but that's 73.
That's also a blowout.
Raptors, and then we've got OKC and Portland coming up later tonight. Which
What do we think in the chat, folks? Do you think Brooklyn's going to come back in this game? This is going to be a blowout. This is going to be over by half. If it is, you're going to have to keep us company. 'Cause what the hell?
Nah, we'll entertain you no matter what here. But that is a good invitation right there.
That's what I was setting it up for.
I want to know what people think about Russell Westbrook right now.
Okay.
Because
I love Russell Westbrook, the man, the general person. Like, if that's what you just asked a very vague question, so I'm gonna need you to be more specific.
I'm talking about on the court. I'm talking about the fact that he's nearly still averaging a triple-double, but also his efficiency is miserable.
Atrocious. Yeah.
38% from the field, 30 from three. And if you go back to Game 7, I saw an interesting stat for our friends at First Things First. I thought this was pretty damn good. If you go back to...
Did you see the chat?
Yes,
That's
my buddy Tommy.
You want to call him out?
What happened?
Thanks, Tommy.
Tommy Cavuto.
Cavuto?
Cavuto? Is that how you pronounce this?
Yes, yeah.
Cavuto is trying to troll Josh and it says, "Hi Josh, sweet, we're seeding hairline." You know what, Tommy? That's not nice. That's all I gotta say.
Man looks good.
Yeah, what the hell
He's pulling it off.
What kind of friend are you, Tommy?
Yeah, well,
Why are you trying
that's his brand of humor. Is he loves to pick on you. It's really not nice.
It's not nice, Tommy.
Tommy's
If I knew what you looked like, I could pick on you too, homie.
So hold on a second. You got a friend of yours who's taunting the hairline?
Yeah, and I saw him, 2 weekends ago while I was home, and he was picking on me the whole time about my receding hairline.
So what does Tommy's hairline look like?
I mean, he's got very short hair. There's just a number of things I could pick on him about, but I won't do that. I won't put
I
him
have
on
your
blast here.
username now, Tommy. So just saying.
I'm not feeling that, Tommy. It's a family show, damn it.
He said it looked good 2 years ago. Now it's just sad. Tommy,
Don't think he knew me 2 years ago.
can
so
I?
that's
What's his
interesting.
Instagram? Do I need to at him?
Doesn't have Instagram.
Oh, smart man.
Doesn't have any social media.
Doesn't
so I
have
don't know
Twitter?
How he's even here?
He's
He
on
must have Twitter
Periscope.
if
He's on Periscope. We're about to find you, homie. All right. Going back on
He's got a
topic
cute
though.
dog though. So
All right. Well, show us a picture of the dog, Tommy, and maybe we'll be friends again.
Let's rewind back to. Can I finish my Russell?
Well,
Westbrook
that's the
stat?
thing. Someone said Russ is his boy, but he's trash though.
Okay. Well, there we go. Russell Westbrook has a record in the playoffs since the Thunder were up 3-1 on Golden State, which we all know how that series went, and then we all know that KD punked out and went to play for Golden State because he's soft, and that was pathetic.
Wow. How do you really feel?
That's just, these are facts, not even opinion.
Okay.
So Russ is 4-14 in the
Yes.
playoffs.
He is.
4-14.
wow.
Yeah.
And now we're dealing with a guy, just like all of us are right now, who's getting older, and the athletic ability is going down.
Is it though?
I think it is.
I don't think it is.
Really? At some point, it's got to go south.
Okay, so you're.
Father Time is undefeated. Jasmyn Wimbish.
I get that, but you just said we're seeing a guy who's getting older, athleticism declining, and then you said it's got to happen at some point. So we agree that it hasn't happened yet.
No, I think no. I think it's happening right now. The last game I watched, Russ was having trouble getting in the lane. Russ does not look like Russ to me.
I read an article this week, and I can't remember which one it was, but it made a really good point, or who wrote it. But Russ had that huge game after Nipsey Hussle died, the
2020 and 20.
and simply just flips this switch. And he's done this a couple times. He can flip the switch to get the triple double whenever he wants. Why can't he just flip the switch
To win a game.
Yeah. Like, why can you flip the switch when Nipsey Hussle dies, which, like, terribly tragic, and that was a great game and meant a lot, but why can't you do that to win games? It doesn't really make sense that you can turn it on for that, but you can't do it in other times.
But he has won a lot of games. He wins a lot of regular season games. And then in the playoffs, when it's all about adjustments and being crafty and doing things that you're not necessarily accustomed to doing, at least at times, I'm not saying that his game doesn't work, throughout the course of a game, but there's to actually win tight playoff games, which the Thunder have been in a ton, and somehow they always come up short. He doesn't have enough variance in his game.
Cash rolls FAB. Westbrook is a third best player on a championship team. Do we agree?
I think he could be the second best player.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, they were up 3-1.
But
They
what
were-
more do the Thunder need right now? He is the second best player, and they have Paul George.
I mean, they
who
need a
is in
healthy
the
Paul
running for
George.
MVP.
They need a healthy Paul George. Paul George has not been healthy, regardless of what his mouth says and whatever.
Is that a bad shot by D'Angelo Russell?
No,
missing
it's a free throw.
I don't-
Stop.
And maybe at this point in his career, I think the third might be the inaccurate answer. I think in his prime, which I'm putting him past right now. But here's another thing. It happens very quick for guards who are not good shooters. Like, if you can't shoot and all of a sudden your athleticism just ticks down just a little bit,
But Russ
you
can
become.
shoot.
He's not a good shooter. Come on.
He's an average shooter.
Yeah.
He's shooting. What is he shooting from? He's shooting 36% from the field. That's
From
not.
the field.
That's not terrible.
36 from the field.
That's
is
not terrible.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's not
horrendous.
terrible though.
That's horrendous.
Again, it's not terrible.
It's horrendous.
It's not. No, it's not.
You're
I don't
gonna-
think it's terrible.
What would be terrible?
but
Here's
when a bunch of his shots are coming at the rim,
I don't know. I just.
You got Russ Love.
Well, of course, I love Russ. I love Russell Westbrook, but I don't think he can be the star player on a championship team. This is just in the playoffs, by the way. It's the series. It's not like his first career. So yeah, he's been shooting like crap this entire series. I'm not going to argue with that, obviously.
Tobias
But-
short shot in the lane is good. 38-17 if people are.
But I think that people kill Russell Westbrook for more than just his game. I think people pile on a lot of baggage when they talk about Russell Westbrook, and
Okay,
that
next
annoys
question
me.
are we going to? I mean, Russ's competitive spirit.
three.
Embiid for three. It's 41-17.
That's Jesus
timeout
Christ.
Nets.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Look, Russ's competitive spirit. I would
Look at Joel
never.
Embiid.
I
Love
would
it.
never criticize him.
was
for
he hyping up the crowd?
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he did the yeah.
Give me that bingo square.
Damn it! I thought I had that on mine.
Yeah, he absolutely was.
Have we seen Allen Iverson yet? Has he been on camera? Does
No,
anyone know
I
who
don't think
rang the
he's
Liberty
there.
Bell before the game started? If anyone knows who rang the bell before the game started, let me know, because we have money on Lil Dicky. Mainly because, one, he's from Philly. Two, because of that song that he just put out, and he's in the news now.
That song is terrible.
Okay, I get the message behind that song. It's trash. The music video is terrible, but anything for the earth. So yeah, whatever. You got two. I got two.
I got nothing.
Jesus.
Who's
Winning
bingo?
bingo? It's a tie.
But
Josh
no.
Hill.
I would say tiebreaker goes to the person with the most consecutive squares, and I have 2 in a row. So,
All right, old man.
old man,
Yeah.
just because I'm a baller at bingo, I have to avenge.
Don't ever say baller again in your life.
I
please,
have
for
to
the love of God.
avenge
Jesus.
Josh Hill's loss last.
Because
night.
Josh Hill is trash at bingo. That's on him.
Can you be bad at bingo? Is that really
Josh
a
Hill is
thing?
bad at bingo.
I don't think you can be bad at bingo.
He's bad at
It's-
bingo.
It's luck of the draw.
Just saying.
Am I missing anything on here? Because I don't think I am.
Let me just do the work for you.
Yeah, well, I just want to make sure that I want to confirm that Ashley Young has.
Actually, why am I helping you? I'm trying
Oh,
to
Lil
beat
Dicky
you.
did ring the bell before
He
the
did?
game. Yes.
Shut up. Who said that?
So I just googled it.
Okay,
or
fine.
I just
Are
you
searched-
serious?
Searched on Twitter. Yes.
Lil Dicky's in attendance.
Yo! Oh my God, I'm so good.
So who's Lil?
Yeah, but that's 3 in a row for me.
I don't care. The fact that I was like, you know what? I feel like Lil Dicky's, and Ashley didn't even put it on my board. Oh my God, Ashley.
Oh my
who's Lil
goodness.
Dicky?
Lil Dicky is a white rapper that just put out a song called Earth and how we should save the earth. Featured a whole bunch of celebrities,
It's
yada, yada,
Earth
yada.
Day. What's
Great,
up?
great theme for a song. The
was
song
Earth Day
itself,
yesterday.
incredibly corny.
Isn't it still Earth Day?
I thought it was today. No, it was
Earth Day.
yesterday.
Earth Day was 100% yesterday, guys.
Are you sure? I'm seeing a lot of
Yeah.
Earth Day pics today.
Well, it should always be Earth Day because, we might die.
Think about the beautiful. Look at the Stickwood studio. Look at the wood from the earth behind us. Feel
You think
the
this
earth.
is this real
That's
wood?
not real wood.
I think it is. That's straight
Oh,
wood.
Jesus.
We can pretend if it's not.
Let's just not expose
It's
ourselves.
real wood, man. This is good stuff.
Worked with him at an ad agency in San Francisco in 2014. Are you talking about Lil Dicky? How was that experience? Let us know, Sophie in Texas.
Sophie worked.
If
with
that's
Lil Dicky.
if that's what you're talking about, I would love to know more about this adventure that you worked with
Was
him at
he
an ad
good
agency.
at his job? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Seems
was
like
Lil-
I
what
feel
was
like
Lil
he
Dicky
would be
like in the
strolling in
workplace? I
late
have
all the
questions.
time.
Hunter said it's real wood
Oh yeah, no, it's the.
because Hunter built it with his bare
This
hands.
is I don't know why I was looking for confirmation. This is some real ass wood. Look at this wood.
Some real ass wood, not just real wood.
When we got
Real
this,
ass.
Hunter was out there working hard in the alley where other things have been going on around
Did
here.
he chop down the trees for this wood?
No, but he
Hunter-
built the support stands. The man was out there with.
Why was he in the alley for that?
You can't.
You can't do it in
that
here.
office.
I guess.
You see how this was?
Would not hang out in that alley.
Tommy
under any
Cavoto. Is it
circumstances.
Cavoto? Cavuto.
Cavuto.
Cavuto. Sorry if I'm butchering your name, Tommy.
I feel
Tommy
like
said
I
not
feel
a
like he
chance
spelled
that's
his
real
own.
wood.
I think
Cavuto,
he
you
spelled
don't know
his
what
own
that
name wrong.
you're
Tommy
talking
said that's
about.
not real wood.
I think Tommy
Sophie in
spelled
Texas.
his name wrong.
Sophie in Texas, who said who worked with Lil Dicky. She said he's a sweetie. He was a copywriter and got to work with him on the bells and the hoop NBA spot. That is an awesome story.
Aw, Lil Dicky.
I imagine he's probably a nice individual just based on interviews I've seen of his. He seems like a
He's a very nice guy.
Yeah,
the
lovely
song
dude.
is just not good.
the song is, and the fact that you got Justin Bieber playing a baboon in the music
I
video
do
is
like that
hilarious.
Snoop Dogg in that song. Everybody plays an animal, but Snoop Dogg plays a marijuana plant.
Yeah, this is great marketing. Back to the game here though. Ben
Yeah,
Simmons driving
I
down the
mean,
paint and
Who was
turnover.
that pass to?
Nobody.
What?
That was to nobody.
I gotta tell you, the NBA, it is hard to get a shot off.
Not for Joel Embiid, it's not.
Nets just drove down the lane, sweet move to the hoop, got to go up reverse. Oh no, I'm gonna get swatted here, so now I'm gonna throw a pass. But they zing it around the perimeter, covered every which way, and then they drive down the lane, it's contested. Don't tell me they don't play defense in the NBA. I don't want to hear it.
Tommy said Kevin Hart plays
Yeah,
Kanye West.
he
He
does.
did. That was funny.
He does. That was funny.
another.
Leonardo DiCaprio plays himself in the music video. Said it's his favorite song ever because Leo's always trying to save the world. We should really listen to Leonardo DiCaprio more. That's all I gotta say. Not about all of his life choices, just about that one.
I love Leonardo DiCaprio.
Great guy.
Very, very
Great actor.
good man. Just
Wonder
go-
if he could play basketball. Do we think? Would you pick him on your 5-on-5 team?
No.
DiCaprio?
Yeah.
I
And what
bet-
position would he play?
I
Who are
don't,
the other options?
I don't
I don't know. A bunch of other actors. Let's see. If the options were, we're just gonna do a bunch of actors that. All right. Let's see. Leonardo DiCaprio, Bradley Cooper.
Will Smith.
No, we're not gonna do people who look like they play. Will Smith plays basketball. We're not. No. I know Will Smith can hoop, so we're not. We're gonna do guys who look like they can't play.
DiCaprio? What's that, Richard?
Peter Dinklage. Leonardo DiCaprio. If you know. Okay. Who else?
Robert Redford?
Is he still alive? Just kidding. I know he
Yes,
is. I know he
Robert's
is.
alive,
Relax.
man.
I know Robert Redford's alive. Relax.
Nick Cage.
Nick Cage. All right, so we've got Nick Cage, Robert Redford, Leo, Matthew McConaughey,
Who can make a layup?
and we need a fifth.
How about Fred Savage?
I don't know who that is, so no.
The Wonder Years.
Still don't, oh, yeah, I do know who that is. I know the other brother because he was in Boy Meets
How
World.
about Clooney?
George Clooney. There we go. Which one of those five are you picking first on a 2-on-2 tournament?
Clooney for sure.
You're picking George Clooney.
Yeah.
I'm picking
I
Matthew
also,
McConaughey.
I also didn't know like
Because
three
he's
of those.
freaking psychotic.
McConaughey would be kind of.
He was on the sidelines of the Texas game. He's around sports all the time. I feel like he's
maybe a good call.
yeah. I feel like he's in that burnt orange, ugly ass suit that he wears.
Loved him in We Are Marshall.
What a deep cut of the Matthew McConaughey film
Oh,
of all the
what a
movies.
find.
Don't you?
We Are Marshall.
Why does We Are Marshall get no love?
I'm not saying anything bad about him. Just like that's not the first movie people mention when they mention Matthew McConaughey's
What do you go
illustrious
with for
career.
McConaughey? What's your favorite McConaughey?
Well, I think a lot of people mention the one
Wolf of-
scene
Wolf
that he
of
had
Wall
in Wolf
Street?
of Wall Street. Yeah, that.
Yeah, but that's like he is a bit part in that. He's the guy.
That's what I'm saying. Like people usually go to that. They'll usually go to.
That doesn't work for me.
Well, okay.
I'm just, I don't want to be. That's like
Josh Hill says McConaughey fails a drug test though. I'm not drug testing my dudes. I have no problem if you're enjoying a little weed every now and then. Maybe some ayahuasca. Don't care what you do.
Could be a little bit more. But that's okay. Yeah, we're not drug testing on this thing.
Robert Redford hit a home run with his stomach bleeding.
That's true.
That's a
great point.
That's a hell of a I walked through 7 inches of snow when I was 10.
Why do I feel like you guys haven't even seen The Natural?
I've seen The Natural.
I have.
I know who Robert Redford is.
I've seen no movies.
He's terrible to ask questions about. That's why he's being silent over there.
That's so upsetting. You haven't seen have you seen any baseball movies?
I've seen Rookie of the Year.
What?
You haven't seen Major League?
No, I've not seen Major
Is
League.
Rookie of the Year the one about the Cubs?
Yes.
That's the only thing I like about the
Good
Cubs.
movie.
Haven't seen Bull Durham?
Bull Durham, overrated.
All right, leave the set, watch Bull Durham, come on back. Don't you think
Bull
that's a
Durham
good-
is overrated to me. I don't think it's that good of a movie. It's a fine movie.
I've seen The Sandlot.
Well, yeah, 'cause
Sandlot's-
you grew up in the 90s.
Right. You think Bull Durham is overrated?
Yeah, I think it's an overrated sports movie. Hunter said The Natural is the greatest sports movie ever. That's debatable.
I would actually agree with Hunter. Well, I don't know if
I think that
what about a Hoosier?
I'm about to be real right now. I feel like The Natural is such an old white man movie to love. So I'm not surprised that you guys think that's the greatest sports movie of all
Are you
time.
calling me an old white man?
Yes, you are.
I am a middle-aged white man. I am not old. I am most definitely still at worst middle-aged.
I think it's a middle-aged. I think it's a white man movie to love because I know a couple of our people over here who work for fanside.com. They're like, "Oh, Natural, greatest movie, great sports movie." I'm like, "It's okay."
Are you torching Jason Cole right now?
I am. And I know he's not watching, but if he is, dude.
I mean, Jason Cole is an old white man. That is a fair
Sophie in
say.
Texas, Mighty Ducks. That's a hell of a
Carm,
movie.
what is it with you and throwing shots at people who aren't here? Last week you called Josh Hill
didn't
an
say
upgrade
anything.
over me.
I just called Hill an upgrade. I was
Here we
trying
go.
How is that
Round
not a dig at
2.
me?
It was, but I,
Yeah,
but
and now you're calling Jason
We're-
Cole
we're-
an old white man. He's
no,
not even
that's
here
a
to-
fact.
Thank you, Josh Hill. White Man Can't Jump. Greatest sports movie of all time. It's been declared. Josh Hill agrees with me.
If we're going basketball, Hoosiers is better than White Man Can't Jump.
Of all the
best.
Okay, if we're sticking to basketball, we are calling basketball game here.
Is that a white man movie too?
Hoosiers, yes, it is. It's about an all-white basketball team in Indiana.
Very yes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that,
White Man Can't Jump is a great story about friendship and gambling in Venice Beach, California, about Sidney Dean and Billy Hoyle trying to overcome their demons and win pickup basketball games.
and to
with
further-
the greatest fashion I've ever seen ever in a movie.
And to further back up your point, in Hoosiers when the championship game, they had to beat the big black guys.
They did.
And that was the moment.
It's
in
like
Hoosiers.
Glory Road,
Yeah.
but Glory Road was better.
Oh no, they can't win this game. There's some guys who could actually play.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hunter said Josh Hill can't jump. Wow.
What do you guys think
Josh
of?
Hill.
Let's be nice in the comments.
Josh Hill can definitely not make a layup. No
Wow.
chance.
Guys. You know what,
That's why-
Josh? You'd be on my team if we were doing a fan-sided 5-on-5. You'd be on my team.
Wow.
Height.
What do you guys think of He Got Game?
I think you can make a layup. Can
I
you
can
make a
definitely
He
make a layup.
plays pickup basketball.
That's I see. I can sense talent right here. I knew it, Wilson. There you go. You're better than Hill at hoops. There.
All right. Well,
I'm not. I
at
haven't
least you're
seen
better
Hill
than
play.
Hill at something.
I've
Apparently.
seen Hill play.
I have not.
Actually, I haven't seen Hill play. But I,
Seen him play horse.
He got game. Great. Loving basketball. Great.
How about Like Mike?
Like Mike. Great. Because it came out when I was a child.
How about
That's these shoes actually. The Like Mike
Coach?
shoes.
What's that movie with?
Coach
Carter.
Yes.
Great movie.
Yeah.
About to get emotional. Coach Carter, some of the greatest scenes in the history of film.
Great movie. Coach Carter.
TJ McConnell's in the game. That's when you know you're going well.
You know what? We need to do a live stream watching Coach Carter.
Yeah, I agree. That's a.
There's basketball in there. We can call play-by-play. It's fine.
Jimmy Butler swatted at the hoop. You stink.
Wow.
No, now I'm going too far.
Yeah,
now I've gone too
You're getting
far.
a bit too personal.
Now it's Toronto, by the way, is up by 30, 29 exactly.
Boban just took a corner three. What is happening?
Did Boban
Well,
just fire
you see the
for three?
score.
Yeah.
He can damn near do whatever the hell he wants at this point.
Teams come back, man. I don't.
Well, yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna be the Nets tonight.
That's a
but
bad
teams-
shot.
Ooh,
but
Juwana
he
man.
made it.
Hell yeah, that's a deep cut.
TJ McConnell fouling D'Angelo Russell, Jumper, good. Free throw coming. They can cut it to 21.
I'm going to assume neither of you have seen Juwanna Mann, but I know Richard has.
Your
Because
shoes,
he typed it.
your shoes just got a compliment in the chat.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Thunderstruck is the best movie ever. I was going to bring up Thunderstruck. That is a terrible
The
movie.
fact that Kevin Durant tried to be a movie star for a hot minute is hilarious.
What was the quote in that movie?
I don't know. I never saw it. I just know that
Something
he did
about
a movie.
practice and
We're
working
talking
hard.
about practice?
TJ McConnell.
I need to
jumper,
find the
good.
quote because it was such a
Just
corny
lost
quote.
2 highlighters.
I got this
I
one.
can't with you right now.
Oh, hard work beats practice when no.
Is it
Hard
is
work
it-
beats talent when
talent
talent
doesn't
doesn't
work
work?
hard? Yeah.
Awful
That's-
quote.
That's what
Also
you put on one
not
of those
true.
motivational posters that say like
Thunderstruck?
You don't think
spirit
that's
with an
true?
eagle.
You don't think that's true?
It is a true statement though.
That's a totally
I don't
true
think
statement.
so.
I know a lot of lazy people who are very talented, but I'm better than them because they're lazy.
Yeah, but you can be talented and put in like half effort and
No.
still be better than someone
It depends
who's...
on what you're doing. If you're LeBron James, sure. But if you're in a job like us and you're
Well,
lazy,
I'm sorry to say Kevin Durant saying that quote just didn't do it for me. I didn't
well,
didn't get motivated from
considering
that.
you haven't seen half the movies we've talked about, I don't know if I trust your expertise in movie reviews. Jared Dud.
Dudley for 3. Short.
Jesus, flat as hell.
I'm all caught up in. Winner.
Oh, Mike Scott, no.
It's a good save. Just to the wrong
Yeah, to the
team.
wrong player.
Hey,
Joe, that's not Joe Harris.
It is.
That
That's
is
one
Joe
three.
Harris,
If
and
he gets another one, if he hits a back-to-back 3,
Joe Harris.
that's a
Exercising his demons.
Corner O for
That's the
me.
first 3 that he's made since game 1 of the series. That's a stat.
Brooklyn
And
down.
that's a fact.
Brooklyn down by 20. You just got to get it to 10. I mean, it's a little 10-0 run here. Boban's up top. He's not going to do anything. Mike Scott, what are you going to do? TJ McConnell, what are you going to do?
TJ McConnell's not gonna do anything.
It's just a one stop. There it is. There's
All
the
right.
deflection. There's the steal.
All
Karis LeVert. Here we go. Nets.
Karis.
Joe Harris.
Oh,
I was-
God.
Oh God, no! Oh no!
Ball is just.
What is happening?
Oh, there you go.
Why
Jared
the hell
Dudley,
is
way to
Jared
be
Dudley
there.
still in the backcourt?
3 ball.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, well this is
Man,
depressing.
that's too bad. No, we didn't describe that particularly well, but there was just a massive
We're just like,
scrum.
ah.
It was a big scrum 40 feet away from the hoop that the Nets ended up getting a 3 ball out of and just missed it, which has been
right.
going on all night. Here's Boban in the post. Boban, layup.
Too
Good.
easy.
Boban and a
Jared
foul on
Allen's-
Jared Allen. No, they're going to call offensive on Boban.
Oh hey! After I said that, now Boban's. Hey, is Boban? How many fouls does he have now? 2, 3, 5?
I think that's at least 2.
Okay, well he's gonna foul out at this rate.
Boban.
The real Bruin said if we're bored, there's a great hockey game on right now. I was saying this to Jasmine before this started. I really
Who's
want
playing?
to so bad get into the NHL, but I just don't know where to start.
It's a game 7, right? Who's playing? If it's the Hurricanes, I'm down. That's my team.
Nobody knows
As
what's
of
going
2
on in
months
hockey.
ago.
You don't even know where the puck is. It's too exhausting.
Well, is
Well,
that just
Joe
because you
Harris for
can't
3.
see?
You can't see where the baseball is, but people still watch that damn
What do
sport.
you mean you can't see where the baseball is?
What do you mean you can't see where the puck is? It's a black object on white
That's exactly
ice.
my point.
Going to, the only way to understand a goal is if they slow it down. Oh, that's what happened.
Maybe you, for a middle-aged man,
You
need cataracts?
That is a ridiculous
cataracts?
statement. There's a reason why they added that like funky highlighted
yeah.
thing on hockey.
I've never
because
been to a
nobody-
hockey game, so I can't speak to it. I've only watched it on TV.
Okay,
I'm
but
like,
they
this
have
is
to do
the
that for
toughest
baseball
sport in
too.
America.
They draw in the strike zone.
Yeah, which I think is
Nobody
stupid.
doesn't know where the ball is in baseball. That's not a.
That's no. People don't know where the you
Oh,
Scott,
Mike
air ball,
Scott,
air
come
ball.
on.
air ball. I need a
Who would
horn.
win? Hunter says who would win 5 Bobans or 5 Muggsy Bogues?
Muggsy Bogues. Wow, how dare you disrespect Muggsy Bogues?
What?
Muggsy Bogues would kill 5 Bobans.
Yes, are you
5
kidding me?
Bobans? You can just take up the entire court.
He would
with
dribble
their-
between his legs.
They couldn't get
He
the ball
would go
up the
between
court.
his legs.
and Boban would just
He'd
block.
cross his ass
everything.
over and he'd fall over like a tree.
No, and then the other Boban would block it.
No,
You've got 5 of them.
Boban's too busy trying to
Muggsy
make John
Bogues
Wick
is like
too.
3'4".
It's a great question by Hunter because if you're 5 Bobans,
Okay,
seemed like
let
a
me
bad
just. Can we
D'Angelo
just?
shot.
That's
Was that a
yeah.
bad
What
shot?
the hell?
Okay.
He
Wide
just
open
took.
15 no
it's a
way.
bad shot.
No, that was a wide open 15-footer.
But I
That's
feel like
terrible integrity.
That's yeah. No, I
I've
don't.
missed a bunch.
No.
That's not a bad shot.
Yeah, that's not a bad shot. It's wide open. It's just a bad that he missed
He
it.
missed it.
I feel like he's taken several bad shots though.
That was not one of them.
Well, you need to be paying attention then. Then you can mark it down.
Sixers hit a 3. I didn't
Woo,
see you
that's a
there.
hell of a crossover though.
52-29.
And pass
That's
it.
another good shot by D'Angelo. He just kept
And he can't
wow,
make
D'Angelo
anything.
Russell's terrible.
I feel like
God.
missing a shot that good is just as bad as
I still can't get over the fact that Lil Dicky run the Liberty Bell and then I got that right.
that was.
And that it's not on my card.
Dicky.
I'm a little upset about that.
Ashley couldn't rig 2 games in a row for you.
I guess not. I didn't pay her enough. Damn. Next time.
Okay. Just gonna be honest.
Has it
First time using the tablet. It's a major challenge for old man.
I tried to teach it, and you're like, I got it.
Are you sure you're not an old man?
I don't know. The icons are just so small. I can barely see with my eyes.
It's hard for a middle-aged man, I know.
Cataracts.
A man of a certain age.
Maybe.
You can zoom in. Just do this with your fingers.
I actually have decent eyes, for the record.
Just do this with your fingers, and you can zoom in.
Oh, this is.
What's your vision?
wow.
What's your numbers? What's your stat line
no.
on that
You know
site?
that off the top of your head? What
I'm
your
2020.
Okay, that's great, Mr. Perfect
Last time I
Eyesight.
got checked like 3 years ago.
Oh, that's right. He doesn't want to go to the eye doctor.
Mom won't make an appointment, so.
All right. Let's all guess how old Josh Wilson is.
My fiance is texting me. She's got a fever of 100. She's on a plane. What do we do? What do you tell somebody who's got a fever of 100?
You order some water, take a Xanax, so you fall asleep.
Are you?
Delta's got that free text message and stuff.
She's paying for Wi-Fi.
Okay. So you get an ice cold water.
Ice cold water.
Does the
Get
chat
it- if
have
they have
any
a- if they have a
ideas
damp-
for a fever?
They have a
in an
damp
airplane?
towel put around her neck.
Okay.
But yes, if the chat has any remedies for
So you're saying she needs
Mrs. Future Mark Carman
ice cold water
for 100 fever, 100
Yeah.
degree fever?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let us know.
I don't want to cause any unnecessary alarm, but there
what-
was that report the other day of a bunch of people getting sick on that plane.
Does your
what
fiance have
plane?
measles?
American Airlines or something? I don't know.
It's always American. You know what it never is?
It was a bunch of
Southwest.
spring breakers, I think.
That
That got sick on a
There's
flight.
more than just the fever running around if it's spring breakers in, but whatever.
So she's claiming that she's never had a fever.
What?
That's not true.
I don't
That's
think
BS.
that's true. Ice cold water.
I'm calling
What-
Chelsea out on that. That's a lie.
What else do you need? Ice cold water. What's your
Ice
recommendation?
cold water, a damp towel put around her neck. If
Damp
she has
towel,
any Advil or
damp towel,
Aleve, I recommend
Advil.
Aleve. Stronger.
Aleve.
That's a backcourt.
Sure is.
Aleve.
I think when I asked, guess how old Josh Wilson is, someone said he's either 17 or 47.
That's so true.
That is so true. You're.
I act like I'm 47.
Sophie in Texas, that's great, because he acts like an old man. Constantly says he's washed, and he's not.
I'm
He's
in,
a
I'm in
child.
bed at like 9:15 every night.
Yeah, just because you go to bed like a 65-year-old doesn't mean you are.
Who doesn't go to bed at 9:15? It's so good.
Well, I mean,
Me, I don't. I can't fall asleep at 9:15
it is so
p.m.
good. Going to bed at 9:15, game changer.
Yeah, I can't do that.
You are a little young for 9:15. That's a bad sign.
He's younger than me, so
I mean, you're gonna at 60. You're gonna be in bed at 7.
I can't wait.
5 o'clock.
I can't wait. What time do you wake up?
Like between
Do you still
5 and 7.
do you still do the thing where
Depending
you
on the
work
day.
out in the
5
morning
and
and then
7
come to
is
work?
No, that doesn't work.
Yeah, I know.
5 and 7's a large range.
Wow.
No, usually 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock, you're up.
Yeah.
And then what happens? Let's hear about your life. This is fascinating for the chat.
Wake up. I'm like, I don't
Now
want
he's
to give you my
embarrassed.
morning routine.
I need a routine out of you.
Why? It's not like anyone's gonna watch you.
I try and do some reading in the morning.
Oh my god.
Look at
This just became an episode of The Bachelor, guys.
This is amazing.
Look at my life goals.
Do you get life goals out in the morning?
Yeah, I try to.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wilson. I like Wilson. This is another.
Yeah, we know you do.
Get the life goals out. And then what happens?
Drink some coffee.
Have a
Try and
coffee.
do something cold.
All right,
Chug some cold water.
speed it up. I need you to finish because I have a comment.
Eventually, I make my way to work.
Okay. I just want to let you know how lucky you two are to be men because the fact that you wake up at 6, can drink a coffee, read a book, set out life
I didn't
goals.
say I read a whole book.
Whatever. You read. I don't have time to do any of that shit.
What do you do?
I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning too.
What's your morning routine?
This all takes an hour and a half.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. My hair alone takes 30 to 45 minutes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I have to wake up at 6 just to do my hair. So when I'm wearing a hat, which is like 3 times a week, it's because I didn't want to do my hair.
So okay, then this is a window into the life of Jasmyn Wimbish that I never had before.
Yeah.
Can you just come in with bad hair one day without the hat? Why can't you just do that one day? How about a Friday? A relaxed.
That's what
day
the
in
hat
your
is.
life?
That's
But
what the hat's
you know
for.
what
No,
though?
I'd rather you just go full.
While
on
you're doing
No,
your
you
hair, you could listen to an audiobook. You
Oh, no,
could,
I listen to a podcast.
You could record your goals
No, I listen to a
and play them.
Okay, I don't record my goals. I
On the
listen to a
Mark would be-
podcast every morning. Plugged.
On the Mark would be a great podcast to
With
listen
Mark
to.
Carman.
On the Mark.
I did
On
quite
iTunes.
enjoy
Let me
the most
just,
recent episode from yesterday.
Did you
We're
listen
gonna
to the Tibbs interview?
Oh, my mom called me. That's
I
weird.
did not.
You got to go Tibbs.
I'll-
You like yesterday's episode?
I did.
That's what I'm talking about.
Ready to go.
Lots of fart talk. That was good.
Good fart talk. That was we did more than that, but I was embarrassed as a youngster.
What a pass.
Here we go, guys. On the mark
Aw.
with Mark Carman.
Is that going to show
Richard,
up?
yeah.
Look at that.
Oh, there we go.
Wow.
But you're not subscribed.
I'm not.
Jasmine.
Click subscribe
I just
now.
exposed myself.
Will you please subscribe, and can I get a review
Here we
out of
go.
you?
We're subscribing.
5 stars.
There. Success.
Oh,
Subscribe.
That's big. That's big. That's big.
Now I have less
Huge.
space on my phone.
That's okay. You got the biggest phone I've ever seen.
And the funny thing is, this isn't the biggest iPhone. Hunter's is bigger than mine.
Are you going to unsubscribe when you go home?
I'm not, and it's a lot of effort.
Yes.
Caught another one.
All right. This podcast is growing. The person that I'm sitting next to on this is finally subscribed. Worked with. How long
It
have you
took
worked
no. It took you like 5 months to follow my ass back on Twitter. So let's not.
Your Twitter is. I'm offended that you don't have more followers.
So am I.
Yeah, Jasmine does have a great Twitter.
I mean, you don't stop on there,
I know.
and you're excellent.
It's,
Why do you think you've got like 600 followers
Yeah,
for
I've
the
got,
amount
like-
of effort you put in?
I had 666 for a while, and I was like,
Oof.
let's just keep it at this.
no,
Let's
that's so
not.
evil.
Let's not. What?
What
At
was your question?
Jasmyn Wimbish, is that who
Yeah,
you
at
are?
Jasmyn Wimbish. I'm not trying to plug myself, but if you want to,
No,
it's a lot of basketball. It's a lot of shade thrown at basketball related things.
A lot of Dirk.
It's a lot of Dirk. Anytime similar to your Mike Scott stuff.
that-
Anytime I post Dirk anything,
That could be the
blows up.
reason. It's a little too much Dirk, but
it's not though. It's like once a month.
No. Okay,
No, here's
too much Luca. It's too much Luca.
Here's the thing.
Oh,
it has
not
been
enough, Luca.
Thank you, and it has been Luca for like 5 months. But here's the thing. So
JJ Redick just hit a 3. It's 60-31. Brooklyn, just don't come out for the second half.
Mark-
Honestly, go home.
Mark Stein,
Does
Mark
Ben
Stein
Simmons
at the
have a
New York
triple-double
Times.
yet?
He does not. Mark Stein, NBA reporter. So he does a daily newsletter, and a couple weeks ago he did one interviewing Dirk, and I tweeted out like a quote from it, and I said, "This is from
he
Mark
retweet
Stein's,"
you?
and he retweeted me.
You know
and then
what?
he messaged me. He slid in my DMs, dude.
I was shocked because I have Mark Stein's notifications on for Twitter because of.
and you
reports
saw
and
that
all
on your screen?
Yeah, and I was like,
"Oh my god, that's dope!"
and it came up
You
on my
should've
watch,
screenshotted
and I was
that.
like, huh?
You should have screenshotted that, man. You should have sent that to me. Sophie in Texas, there's no such thing as too much Luka or Dirk. You're my girl. I appreciate you.
Sophie could be the new MVP. Who was our guy last time who's not watching tonight?
Who was that, Richard? Tony.
Oh, Tony.
Someone go fight Tony for
Has
us.
Kyrie been back since?
Look
He's
at this.
not.
The Sixers just dribbled into the front court. They're up by 29. They're out.
All right, buzzer beater. Here we go. It's on my board.
Jimmy, of course. Oh,
Well, we know it's not going to be from him.
Simmons,
Oh my God! If it's from,
jumper.
oh, that'd been great.
So we are at the half. Philly
Wow.
60, the Brooklyn Nets 31.
This is
Dun, 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 dun.
15 first quarter points from Brooklyn, 31 first half points total. We almost got 75 points from a team at halftime.
No, we didn't.
If Ben Simmons could
Jared
shoot,
Allen
we'd be
blocked
there.
a shot. I missed that.
But you didn't see it.
Do you have to see it?
Did it happen?
I mean, I'm looking at the box score. And
All
he
right.
has
Well, I
one
have that
block.
on my board, so I'll approve it.
I want to go through.
Can I borrow that highlighter?
I want to go through our spreadsheet
Go ahead.
because we put
I
so
want
much.
some
We put so
Okay.
much work. Yes, you can have my highlighter. Thing.
Toddlers.
All you had to do was ask me.
Right?
I
directly.
did ask.
No, but you
Showing
were
his age.
You were talking to Jasmine.
I said, Carm, can I have your highlighter?
I didn't hear you.
Middle-aged man. He's got hair in his ears, folks.
I do have hair in my ears.
I know you do.
It's very unfortunate. I don't know what to do. I got to go buy another one of those things.
What things?
The
Hearing
thingies.
aids?
No, not,
Those candles?
no. The,
Q-tips?
Have you guys ever used those candles that you put in your ear?
all right, we don't need to talk about my.
What is this?
Richard, have you ever used this? The ear candle, you put it in your ear and it cleans out it like drains your ear of earwax, and then you take it out. Yeah, it's insane, but
That
it's
sounds
so like
like a
what's the
lot.
word? It's so satisfying because your ear is completely drained of earwax. It's wild. If anyone in the chat knows what I'm talking about, please support me because I'm not making this up. You can get them at like all natural stores and stuff, and you light the end of the like the top of the candle. It's not on fire, but it
You're
starts.
putting fire into your ear.
Did I just say it's not on fire? I did.
You just said light candles, but then you had.
Well,
And then
see,
I just
if he
followed
had
it
this
up.
device, he would have heard you
Yeah,
better.
my gosh.
Can you pull up the our
I'm good.
spreadsheet, please?
What the hell would they do if I
don't
wasn't
know.
here? I just don't
It's
understand.
long gone.
Oh my God. Well, I don't know your password, Mark.
No, pull it up on yours.
Carm, your age is really showing on the
I don't
stream.
understand how Jasmyn couldn't figure out that she's supposed to pull it up on hers. Why would you say mine?
Because you had your freaking
Clearly,
email in
Jasmyn
there.
was showing her age. That's what it was.
No,
right
let's
now.
not try and flip this script and put it back on
I
me.
mean, I think I could just go get my computer.
You could, but it's fine.
All right.
We're already here. What am I doing? Pulling up the...
Well, I wanted to go through because we had some great notes in there that I had that I wanted to go through.
Oh, you mean the article you copy and pasted into the document?
No, you see, as opposed to your brilliant writings in there. Yes, I can.
Yeah, well, that's why they hired me, for my brilliant writing.
That's true. They did. It's a very good point. By
It's
the
also
way,
Wilson.
by the
Wilson
way,
also typed
what's
half of
today,
that.
Tuesday.
Today's Tuesday.
Thursday, we're doing our NFL draft show on Twitter, which is no longer an NFL draft show, I should mention. But me and Matt Verderam are going to be there after every single pick.
That's
It's
intense.
going to be a long 4 hours, folks.
Damn straight.
Is this what you want?
That's exactly what I want.
just don't touch
So
the screen.
I just want to scroll through everything that we have here at
All right.
halftime.
Before you get there,
Yeah.
Josh Hill said, can Carm use the candle thing with his hearing aids?
It's messed up.
Can you do it on the next stream?
I might,
It's not a pretty sight. It's pretty gross if you want to see a bunch of earwax.
can you restate how that works? You light something and then all of a sudden earwax
Yeah, I'm
falls
not.
out?
I never used it. My family always did.
Papa
But
Wimbish?
yeah, my dad, my mom, my brother, whenever we go to, I just remember getting them in New Mexico. That's where my dad's from. But
Don't put Hill's comments on the screen.
or do.
Josh David Hill.
But anyway,
Is that his middle name?
Yes. See, I didn't.
That's my middle name.
Is it really?
Yes.
Oh, that's so weird. What the hell?
Josh Davids.
That's so weird. That is. Someone needs to change their name. Anyway,
you have any Jewish heritage going on there? Is that how you got the David?
is Josh Hill
my
Jewish?
grandfather's
No.
name is David.
But David
What?
is a very Jewish name,
Okay, I know lots of Davids who aren't Jewish.
like David Blatt. Just trying to think of NBA guys.
No, I was
I'm,
like, sure.
I'm like Polish.
David Blatt, very Jewish.
Yeah, I was like, isn't he Jewish?
Polish and a lot of European random stuff.
Okay.
So I don't
That's
know.
fun.
All right. Well, okay. Weird
Moving
segue.
on.
Why
It's also my middle name, not my first name. So.
I understand. but
Well,
you
it's
were
not
named
his-
by- I'm sure
Well,
you-
my grandfather's name is David.
Right,
That's
there
where it
we
came
go.
from.
So you could very well be Jewish. And you just
Grandpa
don't know.
David Wilson.
I guess.
Yeah.
Right. Guarantee you, David's got. He's got.
Nets in the
heritage.
huddle saying 1, 2, 3 Cancun. That's a good one. Just graphic.
Charles Barkley shaking his head.
Charles Barkley is not happy.
Charles Barkley's the greatest. Okay, let's. What else do we? You got anything else over there that you needed before I go through this amazing?
Just Hunter saying all Christians have Jewish heritage, Mark? I don't know what that means. That's an incomplete thought.
Well, Jesus was Jewish, so
if we
That's
go, if
damn
we're,
straight.
it's true. That's just a fact.
Let's bring it all the way back home.
Let me just get
when
my copy
Jesus
of the
wasn't Jewish.
Bible.
All right.
Moving on.
Moving
Sports,
on,
sports.
back to off religion. Happy Passover. Everybody had a great Easter. It was beautiful. All right. Let's. Jasmine's notes on Philly.
What up?
Mike Scott hits huge shot with 19 seconds
You're
left.
just going to read the entire document? That
Yes.
doesn't seem effective.
I know it's going to be very
no,
effective.
God.
let's not.
But, no, but hold on. Mike Scott hits huge shot.
Yeah.
Mike Scott tonight, not the least bit relevant.
He's there when you need him.
But that
So,
shot.
hold on. Sophie in Texas. I'm so glad this popped up in my timeline. I'm loving this. Thank you,
Oh,
Sophie.
love to
Make
hear
sure,
that.
Sophie,
Love to hear
I just
that.
want to drop in this. If you're going to be, or just letting you know, we're going to be doing this all playoffs long, once a week, hopefully. So subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on the other thing. What was it? Twitch. Yeah.
Just
Follow
stick-
the three of us on Twitter. We're great.
Stick to your game plan, Sophie. You're doing good things. Game 4, Mike Scott, that 3. So why don't you just wax poetic for a minute? over there
Ooh,
on-
wax poetic. I love
on-
it. That's
on
like a.
Mike Scott and
that's like
why you
half a
love him so,
bar.
because the dude's been in the league for 7 years and no one even knows who he is.
Hey, he's from Virginia, or he went to Virginia, not from.
So Mike Scott is, not a star basketball player. We all know that, but he's going to be there on the floor. He can do the things you need him to do. He can shoot from beyond the arc. He's going to stand up for you if you get in a scuffle or something like that. And the dude has emoji tattoos. Like, how can you not love
I like
that?
his,
Sixer
I like
sense.
his story.
His
man.
story? Okay, so, I mean, like, which part of the story?
The part of the story where this was a guy that he was basically counted out. He's been cut. He's been banged around.
Yep.
And now, I mean, I guess that's the really
That's the
kind
story.
of.
And I think he's one of these guys. These guys always seem to find their way to Philly. Like, these type of athletes find their way to Philly. Like, the hard nose, like, I'm just going to show up
Philly's
and,
got a brand, does it not?
and work hard. And
What
he's
kind of glasses Kenny Smith wearing?
he had a quote
Terrible.
recently where he was talking
put his
about how Philly,
Oh.
like, oh gosh,
Oh no. I just need to. That's wow. I just need to drop in Sixer
Surprised
Sense.
they didn't just like shoot straight through that screen.
Sixer Sense getting involved in the comments here.
That's
our Philadelphia 76ers fan-sided account, blog, website. If you are a Sixers fan, you should be following all their coverage. They say if Scott misses time, who deserves those minutes?
That's a good question. Their bench is so shallow.
So terrible.
I mean, like maybe you put TJ back.
You know who they'd love to have? Landry Shamet.
Well,
Yes, or either Ersan Ilyasova or Bellinelli, who they had last year.
Oh man, Bellinelli. They're definitely missing him a lot.
Yes.
well, it's interesting too when you look at the matchup with the Raptors. If we want to jump over there, the Raptors bench is not exactly flourishing like it once was. I mean, Greg Monroe's no longer there. He's
on this team
so
now.
he's a Sixer. So you look at you've got Serge coming off the bench now.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Van Fleet coming off the bench, but I think that series may come down to who gets better bench play.
I think Toronto has a better bench than Philly.
They do have a better bench, but
So-
it's not as big of an edge as like the Raptors bench last year was preposterous. So
Yeah.
they were almost better off the bench. They were
Right.
they were way deeper. So you're going to need some big time play from primetime guys like Kawhi. That's going to be an awesome series.
Yeah, I think. I mean, who are you taking in that series?
I'm taking Toronto. Kyle Lowry. This is your moment in time. I know you want to talk about.
Oh yeah, we should
Lowry.
probably get to those.
Lowry's a Philly guy. Went to Nova.
Yeah, which I completely forgot about.
Could very well be on the move after this year. So like every bit of motivation, plus going up against, it's not going to be easy for him against the Sixers guards, but I think he should be able to find some space out there. I mean, Ben Simmons is known to wander a little bit, so I think it's a huge opportunity for Kyle to have a big series.
Yeah, I think I want to pick Toronto just because they are the better team on paper, but
I don't know, are they on paper? I
that's
don't
why
know.
I'm like, I even paused when I said it. Like, I
They're
just
not, though, right?
they like. I think that the Raptors will go as far as Kyle Lowry will take them, and I know that seems ass backwards considering Kawhi Leonard is the best person on that team, but Kyle Lowry is putting in the last 2 games alone. He's put up 21 points. That's not good for your starting point guard. He's 32, going on 33 years old. He's going to be going into his final year of his contract. He'll be an expiring contract next year. If he doesn't have a good playoff performance for the rest of this run, what's to say that Toronto doesn't try and trade him and offload him,
tried.
especially if Kawhi does not come
They
back?
tried to deal his ass for Mike Conley. They tried to send him to Memphis.
Yeah, so
I kind of like that swap.
yeah,
Oh,
and that
a
would be
huge swap for
that'd be a hell of a
Toronto.
that'd be a hell of a swap if they were able to pull that off.
It
So
was Conley and somebody else. The other thing to watch with the Raptors this year, I mean, Pascal Siakam is going to be
So
he's gonna be
consistent.
great. I mean, he's already great, and I'm glad that. I mean, we were able to watch one of the regular season games, so we kind of were in there ahead of time.
And he had a
but-
huge game that
yeah,
game
and
we
so
watched.
we definitely it was a prime example. But to the people who are now just watching him, I'm excited for people to actually be able to watch
right,
Pascal
we were
Siakam
talking
play.
about earlier, and to kind of tie this all together about how, so say Kawhi doesn't come back, you trade Kyle Lowry maybe, and then build around Pascal.
Yeah.
That's really not that bad of a
Yeah.
moving forward plan. Definitely kind of breaks down everything they have now, but
And-
I think maybe Kawhi comes back and they build around Kawhi and Pascal.
Which I think is also
Oh,
great.
yeah,
But
fantastic.
if I'm operating on the fact, I just don't think Kawhi is staying in Toronto just because I don't think that's the market he wants to be in. I would love for him to stay there just because, I don't want everyone to be on the West Coast mainly because I don't need to be staying up until 10:30 trying to watch West Coast
That's a
basketball.
good point.
He did have a conversation with Paul George, though.
Yeah, which is-
and Paul George notably
nice.
stayed in OKC, but maybe this year, like what we've seen, yes, Paul George has had a great year, but maybe he has regrets and maybe he thinks I should have gone to LA. Maybe that's what he told Kawhi. We don't know.
Yeah, I think I'm sure it's probably more of just like you do what makes you feel comfortable. And
Right. Yeah. I mean,
I'm-
that conversation
And
probably
it could have
was
just been,
nothing, but
I mean, it could have been even him asking, like, what do you think about the Lakers? Because he could be looking at the Lakers trying to go there, and Paul George could have gave him an honest answer, even though he never even gave LA an interview.
The
So,
whole offseason, when you think about it, it's going to come down to Katie. What are you doing?
Kyrie.
And Katie, you're going to go first because where you go, someone's going to follow, and then everybody can sort of fall in line.
yeah.
It's going to be an awesome offseason.
Speaking of Katie, I guess we can go through the rest of the potential round 2 matchups while we're at halftime here. Rockets Warriors is looking to be second round matchup in the Western Conference.
NBA Finals.
Basically, I mean, it's unfortunate this is happening so early. I'd much rather see this in the Western Conference Finals because if one of these teams gets knocked out, it's going to be them versus who? The Nuggets? That's not fun.
If the Rockets somehow
Spurs
pull
at
this
this
off,
point?
Spurs.
if the Rockets pull this off, then it's wide open. A team from the East could easily take the title.
That's true. That is very true. Which is I think would be an exciting thing for the league. I think it'll be good for the league if someone other than the Warriors won.
So the Bucks might have a really good shot at winning the championship by virtue of everyone else beating themselves up.
That's true.
Toronto and Philly are going to beat themselves up, and then they're going to play the Bucks, who I think they're going to take that Celtics series pretty easily. I think you could debate the other side, but it's just not what I think. And then on the other side, Golden State and Houston are probably going to beat themselves up. So,
Well, Katie Burner here says Warriors in 5, which I align with that line of thinking. I know we wanted to do like our one big point of each series, and my one big point is I don't think that series is going to be as exciting as everyone's hoping it to be. I don't think it's going to go 7 games like it did last year. I don't think that it's going to be some knockout, drag out like.
Do you remember the games from this year?
Yeah, I get that Houston won all of them, and that's great and everything. It's the regular season. It doesn't matter. It's the playoffs now. It's Golden State. Until someone can knock them off their throne, I just won't be convinced that Houston can beat them.
They're doing a long talk, by the way, on NBA and TNT about Luke Walton at halftime. Ernie did the whole thing. None of them said anything. I just want to...
Hunter said, so if the Warriors win, no one can stop them, but if Houston wins, anyone can stop them?
Pretty much. I mean, I think everybody thinks that this is like the one team that has the firepower to match up with Golden State and Houston.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't think that... obviously, the basketball fan in me wants it to go 7 games, and I want it to be super interesting, and I would like to see Houston win just because it's a change of pace. I just don't think... Kevin Durant's been playing out of his mind. I just don't think that they're going to be able to, one, make that series a long series, and also win it.
I think the 31-point loss to the Clippers played massively in Golden State's favor.
Absolutely.
They needed that minor little wake up. And I also think that you go back to last year, they're not coming in the series. I think last year they maybe were somewhat respectful of Houston. This is going to be different. I think they want to prove that last year was a fluke. However, I do put stock into what happened in the regular season. Even though one of the games Steph didn't play in early in the year, and Houston won 3 out of 4. The one game the Warriors won was a 1-point win. So and KD did not play well. At least he didn't shoot. He was not efficient in any of the games. So Houston's got a little bit of a formula going on here on how to guard him. So I mean, I'm expecting it to. I don't know how deep it'll go, but I expect the games to be very competitive.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't think it's going to be blowouts. I just don't think. I think everyone's expecting it to go 7 games just because it did last year. I don't think Houston is as good as they were last year, so I don't expect it to go 7 games. I think it'll be close, but 5 games, 6 games.
Houston's got to go in there and win a game in Golden State,
and that's tough.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously not for the Clippers, but
I think Houston pretty much has to play their very
Flawless.
best basketball to beat the Warriors, and all the Warriors really need to do is shut down a few of their role players and let Harden do his thing, and they still probably will win. I
mean, I'm always a prisoner to the best team. I never thought Kobe was losing with the Lakers, and they would lose. And then I would never thought that LeBron would lose, and then they would lose. And I would go and say, I can't predict against the Warriors.
Yeah.
It just seems ridiculous. But then these teams end up losing. And Golden State has had a wonky season. Does it matter that Boogie's not there? I don't think it does, but maybe I'm wrong. You know?
I mean, Boogie was like a toss-in thing at the end of free agency, basically.
Yeah, and I don't think he plays a factor on if
the fact that he's not there for them, and there's a possibility he could be available for the finals, but I don't think they would use him even if he is healthy. The fact that he, at this point, is we'll use him if he's there, that's insane.
Yeah.
That's what their roster is.
I just look at if Golden State does what everyone thinks they're going to do with the 10% exception thinks that the Rockets are going to win. It's just fascinating to me that I think that KD actually will leave, and they would have won 3 in a row and 4 or 5.
Yeah,
and he's gonna bolt because he's not getting the love because nobody is. I mean, he didn't see this coming. That oh my God, if I go there, they're not going to respect me. But they don't. And Joel Embiid, by the way, the second half's underway, and Joel Embiid just hit a 3. 63-31. Embiid looks like he's just limping around
Sluggish.
out there. You're up
Well, he's out of
32,
shape.
man.
He's out of shape. He should not be playing right now.
I was going
That's
to say
my
this
take.
when we were talking about Philly-Toronto. Mark Gasol versus Joel Embiid. They've played 5 times. Gasol has 3 wins. Embiid has 2, all in the regular season. Embiid's game high in terms of points against Mark Gasol is 15.
JJ Redick.
Call a foul on Butler.
Oh, okay.
Mark Gasol is
wild.
not a very great matchup in terms for Joel Embiid.
No. That's gonna be a really good matchup to watch,
And-
especially because I don't think Joel Embiid's 100% healthy, and I think he's out of shape because he's not healthy.
I think Gasol has mitigated Vucevic in the Magic series pretty
completely.
well.
Like,
So
Vuce has been
if he can even
non-existent.
do half of that for Embiid, that's going to take away a huge threat for the Sixers, and the Raptors have the other pieces to kind of just take over.
I just don't get why Joel Embiid's playing right now.
Right there, he almost like ran into
Yeah.
someone and like knocked knees and could have been done for
Like
the
he's
playoffs.
very clumsy.
That's one of
It's
the
dangerous.
very
People are
curious
just-
things
people
that
are so effing dumb.
Yeah.
They just this is what we do. We start the second half. Of course, we have Joel out there.
We have our starters. Like, come on,
yo,
game plan.
Yo, Brooklyn is in the Bahamas. They're not playing. You're up by 30. You're trying to win a championship. Get him off the court.
These are
Especially
some of
this
the
Philly
very-
team, it's built for right now.
These are
Like,
some of the
we have
very
a
curious
small
things
window,
that Brett Brown does.
which is why people
Well,
think that
but Brett Brown wouldn't be alone in doing this. Most guys would start their regular
yeah.
line.
And
Did
JJ
Jared
again.
Allen just get thrown around in the paint? Is that what happened?
No.
It's a little bit.
Because that's a
but not-
square.
So we got Sixers Sense asking, how would you rank 1 through 6 the top players from Philly and Toronto? Joel, Jimmy,
Good question.
Ben, and then Kawhi, Pascal, and Lowry.
All right.
I'm going to write mine out on the tablet.
I am also going to do that.
Wow.
All right, so we've got the 6 are Joel, Jimmy, Ben, Kawhi, Pascal, Lowry. 1 through 6, how would you rank them?
Joel.
Better than
Jimmy.
Kawhi?
No,
What?
No,
What are
no,
you doing?
No, I'm just naming the players. Joel, Jimmy, Pascal, Kawhi.
Yeah.
Who are other two?
Hold on, let me go back. Let's see. We've got Joel, Jimmy, Ben, Kawhi, Pascal, Lowry. So
All right, so I'm gonna put Kawhi 1, Joel 2.
yeah.
No, now it gets tough. For me personally,
So we've got Jimmy, Ben, Pascal, Lowry.
I would take Pascal 3, Ben 4. And I've got Jimmy and who left?
Lowry. Lowry's 5.
Jimmy, and then Lowry. That's all.
You really don't like Jimmy Butler.
I put Jimmy ahead of Kyle.
That's such a disservice. You just said Ben Simmons is better than Jimmy Butler.
Yep.
That's a hell of a take.
Okay, I've got.
Who impacts the game more, Ben Simmons or Jimmy Butler? I'd
Well,
say Ben
okay.
Simmons.
Okay.
No one's
No?
going to be able to read this. I'm actually not going to show this. My
you put it
handwriting
up
is
there.
atrocious. No, but it's not legible.
It's okay.
Sure it is. Yeah, it is. What are you
totally
talking about?
legible.
Okay, I've got Kawhi 1, can barely see it. Joel 2, Jimmy 3, Pascal 4, Ben Simmons 5, and Lowry 6.
I'm missing someone. Kawhi, Embiid, Butler.
So I had Jimmy
Jimmy is
way higher than you.
Jimmy. Okay, the dude's
We,
getting
we
worse.
do agree on Lowry at 6. Who'd you have 1? Did you have Kawhi?
1, 2,
I
3,
have
4.
Kawhi
I'm missing
one.
someone. What
I
the
don't
hell
know.
is
Kawhi
happening?
is.
Kawhi's excellent, but
So good.
Joel,
but
Jimmy,
Joel Embiid
Ben.
is preposterous. I mean,
I agree.
that's a tough. That's a tough one
it's
too.
yeah, it is a tough one too, especially this season. I think they both had
Oh, wait, no.
really good years. How would you
Sorry.
guys in the chat rank them? Hunter's got Kawhi, Joel, Jimmy, Simmons, Lowry, Pascal.
He is
got
not,
Pascal
he has not
six.
watched Pascal
Hunter.
Siakam play.
He's trolling me. That's not what he really thinks. I don't think.
All right, here's mine. I missed someone.
Well, maybe he is. I don't.
All right, here's my 6. So we've got Kawhi, Embiid, Butler, Ben, Pascal, Lowry. So, yeah.
So, but hold on. So let's do that.
You had Ben Simmons above
If you,
Pascal.
I did.
That's surprising for you. I feel
Well,
like.
yeah, that's the thing.
If you,
I rag
based
on.
on that, you would think that the Sixers are winning the series. You've got 3 of the top
Well,
4.
I
on
do
film.
think the Sixers are going to win the series. So,
Really?
yeah.
So that's why my Pascal has got to come big in this series.
Yeah, it's I think
Pascal
where's my-
Siakam's going to be an all-star next year, and Jimmy Butler's not. How about that?
Well, if he's in the Western Conference, no, he's not. Yeah, I know I give Ben Simmons a lot of crap and talk about what I don't like. I don't like Ben Simmons as a personality person.
He's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, he's not my cup of tea. He seems like a total douche, which is fine, whatever. He's a great basketball player, and I give him a lot of crap because he can't shoot a lick. But if I'm picking out of a lineup, him or Pascal Siakam, I'd take Ben Simmons over Pascal Siakam.
I wouldn't.
That's tough.
Better defender.
Ben Simmons is an excellent defender.
Yeah.
And
Pascal Siakam is an elite defender.
so is he.
Yeah, I think Ben has the edge.
He was showing me this.
With
He can
defense.
essentially guard
Yeah, let me read
1
you
through 5.
Let me read you this tweet, Carm.
Okay, read a tweet. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm willing to be wrong. Although it's never ever happened before.
I know he was going to follow up with that.
Okay, I don't
so
remember it ever happening.
This is from
I-
Krishna Narsu at KNARSU3.
Wow,
Okay.
Let me
okay.
just put it up.
So
on
a
the
burner
screen.
account.
Followers?
Yeah,
I
right.
need- I
They're
need a-
verified. So
That you
my
need to
iPad's so
zoom in,
large.
homie. Zoom in.
Zoom in.
Do you guys not know how to zoom in on tablets?
But then it's still the problem.
He's
is
a
the
middle-aged
device-
guy.
Who cares? Just read it.
It did work.
Yeah, I know.
Ben Simmons is the only player in the NBA to guard each position at least 10% of the time and hold the opposing player under their normal production points per 100
That's a
possessions.
preposterous
at all
tweet.
5 positions.
That's insane.
That's a great tweet.
All 5 positions. That's at KNARSU3.
He guards 1 through 5. He's insane.
Further backs up my Ben Simmons over Jimmy Butler take. Damn it.
Well, okay, that's a take you want to die on. That's fine. I can't give a second-year player being better than Jimmy Butler. He's just not.
Ben's also
Because Jimmy Butler can shoot.
right, but Ben's getting better. Jimmy's getting worse. There's a lot going on here.
All right, we're just gonna not listen to your takes anymore about Jimmy.
Oh my God! I mean, just to say what just happened in this NBA game, because honestly, Brooklyn should be sent
Disbanded.
home right now. Ben Simmons just dribbled down the court. Nobody got in front of him. He walked right in the lane, and then he threw an alley-oop to Joel Embiid, who no one was guarding, and he dunked it.
Well,
Did I
that's
miss
the
anything there?
nature of this
No,
game.
you pretty much got it. Jared Allen was pretty much caught
I
lollygagging.
mean, Jared Allen was just sitting there like thinking about, you know what, should I stay at the Royal or should I stay at the Dreams Hotel?
If you're Brooklyn, if you're a person on this Brooklyn team, where are you taking your vacation?
Oh, I'm going straight to the Caribbean, and then I'm going to detour to Mexico.
Caribbean or Caribbean? What do we?
Caribbean.
Caribbean, right? Yeah.
Sure, why not? Then I'm going to Greece.
Okay.
And after that, I'm going to probably do some Croatia.
Okay.
And then I'm going to live the dream in Prague.
Wow.
And then I'm going to have a good time. I'm
Clearly.
taking a solid month off. And then
All
I'll see
right.
you. I'll be back.
And
I
I'll
heard-
see it.
I'll see
and
it.
then I'll see you to lose in the first round again.
I'll be back to work. I'll be back to work hard in June. My body needs a rest.
Yeah,
I mean-
spoken like a middle-aged man
Don't you think these
who's
dudes need a
weathered a
rest?
storm. Yeah, sure. I just think a lot of these guys probably just
They
gonna
can
go
rest
home.
in Brooklyn.
Yeah, I think they're just gonna go home and like play video games.
Yeah, do something different.
Like D'Angelo Russell is for sure linking up with Devin Booker this offseason so they can go on a vacation because those two are best friends.
D'Angelo for 3.
Wow, that was a deep
Hey!
Still waiting for a bad shot from him.
Still waiting for him
that
to do
was a
his.
bad shot right there.
Still waiting for him
He
to.
made it. What do you? It
Reggie-
can't be a bad shot if you make
It's
it.
a 40-foot 3 is a bad shot. That was a
Reggie
terrible
310 Nets suck. You know what, Reggie?
Good
You're
take,
not
Reggie.
wrong.
shot. Way to go out on a limb there. Joel Embiid just had
Could you tell by everything about this game or what? 75-39. They haven't even gotten 50 points. Jesus Christ. That's atrocious.
Well, it's
not great.
It's a hell of a way to go out. It's giving us the challenge to say something positive about Brooklyn
Well,
or
let's see.
not. Just
I've never been to Brooklyn. What's great about Brooklyn?
I've also
I'm
never
sure there are
been to
lots
Brooklyn.
of.
Well, Brooklyn.
He's from New York, just letting you know.
From upstate. Upstate is a completely different.
It's in the
world.
same state, is it not?
It's 4 hours away.
Okay, I've been to the Grand Canyon and I live 4 hours away.
I've
from
been
it.
to New York City. I've just not been to Brooklyn.
Hold on. Have you been to New York City?
No.
Okay.
I've been to Manhattan and like the Bronx.
Fair enough.
And
Never been to New York. I'm from the West Coast. I've been to every place imaginable in California.
You got to go to New York.
Yeah, I know.
New York's
it's,
the greatest.
It's on the list. I'm just, it's a lot of people.
New York
It
is
is a lot of
dirty
people.
and crowded.
Yeah,
and
I'm just
disgusting.
like not my cup of tea. Just like
Are
LA
you
is.
okay?
He's from upstate, so
The upstate New Yorkers, I think they feel like the people in the city don't even count them, so they just dog on.
Well, they don't.
Right,
and,
right,
and
they
they
don't.
and
I
they shouldn't
know.
really because most of the population is downstate. But
Right, you guys are irrelevant in the state. And that's
So what
just the
you're
way it
saying
oh well,
is-
we're not irrelevant.
is. No, you're totally irrelevant.
No,
you want to shout out your hometown?
no.
I mean, No, when people, you might as well be in California, upstate New York, to like New York City. I mean, let's be real, right? I mean, it's not.
Like, is
The
that far away?
capital is upstate.
Doesn't. Who cares what the capital is? The capital of Illinois is Springfield.
Yeah, no one gives a damn about
no one-
Springfield.
No one cares about Springfield, Illinois.
All right,
The only one that makes
that's a
sense
good
is
point.
Phoenix. It's the
That's a good
capital.
point.
Makes sense.
New York City. I
We
don't-
built this city. It's not
It's just there's no place on earth like it. So
Yeah, we know. You came back from New York like a month ago raving about it. You brought
I've
back
been
ice
a
cream
million-
or
I've been a
yogurt or
million
something,
ti-
and you were eating it for a month after, which does not seem sanitary.
that was unbelievable.
That's
I
disgusting.
I kept that pudding that was
That's
sat on.
so gross.
It was so good though. That banana pudding with the Nutella.
Like a month after you came back from New York.
Oh my
Bro, that's
god,
nasty.
I want to go back right now.
Oh my God.
What
I'm
was
sure
that
you'll
cookie
go back.
place? Levain's.
I'm sure you'll go back for the
I'll be back
for the Open.
I will be back for the Open.
Yeah, jealous.
Yeah. Might want to go by myself this year. It's just I need a good,
He needs his own.
I need a good solo
so-
trip.
oh
I don't
my
want to.
God.
I don't want to talk to anyone. I just want to watch tennis
That's-
and eat pudding and have a cookie.
We're gonna come back and Carm's gonna gain 50 pounds.
Carm's gonna be like Costanza with the ice cream during the Open. You guys remember that?
I don't.
Costanza gets on TV with ice cream all over his mouth and shirt.
I do
at the
not
US
remember that
Open.
episode.
Great episode.
Gotta go
of Seinfeld.
rewatch Seinfeld apparently.
Jimmy Butler, bad pass, turnover.
That's not on my card. Damn.
D'Angelo Russell, Butler lets him go, not guarding him.
Take
Are
a
we
bad
doubling
shot.
him?
Take a
No
bad
one's
shot.
guarding
Take
you.
a bad shot.
That's a good shot. All right.
That was just.
I'll give you that.
You know what? Maybe D'Angelo's a smart player. Is that what we're?
What?
Is that what we're finding
No,
out
he's
about?
not.
He's grown a
Here's
lot.
the thing. He's sure.
Brett
Here's the
Brown
thing.
wants time. He did not like that. He had two guys covering D'Angelo Russell. They both ran away. He ended up making a layup, and Brett Brown is irate.
You know what's-
76-41.
You know
Brett
what's
Brown is
interesting?
always irate.
You know what's interesting about D'Angelo Russell is this whole conversation that people are having of like, wow, I'm sure the Lakers miss him, and wow, should they have traded him? Yes, they should have. Because nobody in the Lakers locker room trusted D'Angelo Russell's ass after he put Nick Young's business on blast. You can't do that
However,
and then go back into a locker room and be like, so that game last night.
I will argue his actions are a direct result of the culture of the Lakers organization.
Sure, it was a dark time then, of
And
course.
if he even stayed with the Lakers, he would still be a bad player. The reason he has grown so much is because he's with a good organization.
Well, obviously, he needed to get out of the environment to grow and blossom. Yes, I agree with that. But
But it's not
saying-
just if he went to any other team, I really don't think he would have grown as much. Like Brooklyn
Okay, now we're
does
giving
a
Brooklyn
really
far too
good
much
job
credit.
of
Brooklyn
developing
has
their
had one
players.
good year. Let's not pretend like they are
They've got a
homegrown
couple
talent.
project players like Dinwiddie, Levert. Both of them.
Okay,
they
that's
picked,
two.
And D'Angelo,
They didn't draft him,
Joe Harris.
who has not shown up in this playoffs.
But we were just ranting and raving about how great of a season he's had.
Yeah,
So-
regular season, he didn't show up. I need players to show up in the postseason.
But my point is, what I'm saying is the Nets have a really good culture of developing players.
But this is like the first year we've seen of that. I need it to be sustained success.
I mean, it takes some time. They've
Right,
only
so
been
we
working
can't-
at it for a couple of years.
Right, so I'm just saying we can't declare them like having, like you just said, if he went to any other team, he wouldn't be doing this. I disagree. There are a lot of other good teams who can develop talent. You holding the Brooklyn Nets as
Sure,
like
but
the
I think
crux
I
of
think the Nets
success.
have gotten this look of like, oh, they're terrible after all the bad
Well,
trades
I
they made and
mean,
whatever.
They were terrible for a very
Yes.
long time.
My point is they've turned it around a lot.
Oh, I agree.
Without tanking, with doing it totally different.
I mean, tanking, but not on.
They kind of inadvertently tanked.
Yeah, they tanked because they
didn't
have
benefit
anything.
from being
They,
bad.
they didn't punt on good players like Philly did to try to get to the bottom, to luck into
Yeah.
the right guy, to turn around their franchise, make ridiculous
but-
trades for
but-
Markelle Fultz and blow it.
But here's the
and
thing.
still be here because they were
Brooklyn-
so bad for so long.
I know people like to crap on Philly for the style that they did their rebuild, but let's not pretend like Brooklyn didn't do bad deals that cost them so many draft picks. They made that crap deal to get all of the all of the Boston
yeah,
Celtics
that was
core
horrendous, but
and
that wasn't
traded
Sean
like
Marks.
5 years worth of first round
and
draft
then,
picks.
So, I mean, really, it all kind of got started off with what you would consider bad trades. You know, trading away
Yeah.
good players like Drew Holiday, or trading all of your future picks for a nice core. Both of them made
aging
weird
core.
trades, but the Sixers kind of did it intentionally, and we're like, we're doing this because
Yeah.
of the future.
The Nets did it without any vision until Sean Marks came in and was like, here's what we have. This is what we're going to do.
Yes.
I mean, you got to look. You got to give him credit for the Karis LeVert trade, even though I mean that's not a terrible trade. Thaddeus Young hasn't exactly looked terrible.
Yeah.
For Indiana either, but that was a creative deal. D'Angelo Russell was a sweet pickup.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the Nets, one of the only bad deals Sean Marks has made, I think it was one he made, was the Allen Crabbe deal.
Oh,
and
yeah.
The Sixers have had some missteps here.
Several, yeah.
But you could argue that is that a kid celebrating?
It is a kid celebrating.
That's on
That
my
was
card.
several kids celebrating.
Kids shown celebrating. Let's go.
How many do you have in a row?
Still just 3. But I've got some chains that are.
I've got 2 in a row.
Give me the clicker. Boban,
Give me that clicker.
Richard.
Got him.
There we go.
Greg Monroe turns over the ball. What's your other one in that row? In that row.
Team scores 75 by halftime.
But you're not going to win.
Yeah. Well, no, but I have the diagonal, possibly.
Yeah, that's true.
And I have this. Jared Allen gets tossed in the paint by Embiid. That's still in the cards.
Yeah.
I think it probably happened, and
I've got Ben Simmons triple-double, D'Angelo Russell scores 30, and Embiid dives into the crowd. All very much in play still.
Didn't Embiid already dive into the crowd?
Did he?
Didn't he?
I
thought. He did when he was down here.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. You don't know how to play bingo.
I just want to win, honestly.
Jimmy Butler threw a ridiculous turnover, looked around at everybody like they were doing wrong. Now he let a guy run right down the lane and dunk it.
TJ's back in.
TJ McConnell.
The heart and soul of this team.
Is Meek Mill in attendance? Anyone know? If anyone in the chat knows if Meek Mill is at the Sixers game, let me know.
Let me do a quick Twitter search.
I cannot believe Lil Dicky rang the bell. I'm sorry.
That was a great call.
I'm just wow. Because I was like, should I go with someone who's a bigger Philly name? No, I'm gonna do Lil Dicky. He's in the news right now.
Jimmy with a sweet pass to
Who is
TJ
that, Karooks?
McConnell for a layup. Who just hit that?
Karooks.
Oh, okay, 3-ball for Brooklyn, 80-49. Only down 31.
Hey,
This is the best the Nets have looked.
only down 31.
they've
The
done-
31-point lead that the Warriors
So
had before
they
squandered
played
it.
Meek Mill during warm-ups,
That
but he's
doesn't
not
count.
there.
Dang it.
All
All right.
The Nets have officially gone deep into their bench.
Is Allen Iverson there?
I've not seen AI.
Let me see.
You gotta look it up.
He hasn't been shown on camera, though. Isn't that the space?
Yeah, that's why I'm like, if he's there, I'm sure they'd show him. Because when they win, I'm sure they'll go up to him and hug him.
We had an embarrassing crossover tonight. Does that happen?
That
I don't think so.
I don't. Yeah.
I don't think we had a double tech. We haven't had a buzzer beater.
Nope.
We even had a shot clock violation tonight. I don't
We
think
did.
had.
We did because he marked it on his, right?
Yes, I
Yeah.
did.
All right. This Jared Allen blocked a shot. I don't even remember.
No,
Yes.
he is not.
Yes, he did.
He has. Okay.
Yeah. I think you. Did you
No,
cross it off?
mine-
You thought you had that space. and
Oh
then you
no,
realized
Jared
you didn't.
Allen blocks shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does Jimmy Butler argue with the referees?
I'm sure.
Why not?
Oh well, I'm crossing that one off too. Then wait, do I
I
have
have
that?
not noticed Jimmy arguing with the refs.
Then don't cross it off.
That's bad. That's bad karma by me.
You're gonna lose bingo now.
saw
What
you-
do we do if no one gets them in a row? Are we going by total spaces or
Then no one
most
wins.
consecutive?
That's not how bingo works. If no one wins, then no one wins. But
Wow.
we're all losers.
Bingo integrity by you. Boban's at the free throw line.
How many fouls does Boban have? Can you check?
I thought it was 3.
Dang.
Yeah. I don't-
Got 3
Boban
more.
has
Jared Dudley hasn't sparked some kind
2
of tiff.
personal
That's on my
fouls.
card. I'm waiting for it. What do you Bat Flips 42? What do you think about the new beef?
Would you
How does that mean?
Would you? Go ahead.
Bat Flips 42 on YouTube says, "What do you think about the new beef?" What does that mean? Anyone?
between like Dudley and Simmons, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I need some specifics. Are you talking about the Dudley Simmons?
We didn't talk much about that, so we could talk about that. Do you guys think Dudley and Butler should have gotten thrown out of the last game?
Absolutely not.
I think
It's
they
stupid.
should have let him keep playing.
Yep, it's stupid.
By
And
today's NBA standards, I was shocked they weren't. Old school, that wouldn't even be a foul.
yeah, I think the shove in the back would have been a foul. They would have gotten a.
Maybe
I
not.
think the technicals were fair. I just don't think you should be ejected from the game.
I think in a situation like that, double
Wow.
technical for each guy, keep
Yeah.
it rolling.
Yeah, like there was much ado about nothing. He shoved him. He shoved back. It's over. Let's move on. It essentially kind of got Brooklyn out of its game, and I don't want to say cost them, but it kind of did.
Back-to-back threes from Damari Carroll. Again, the Sixers want to take time. Brett Brown is so incredibly annoying. 86-55.
I don't understand. I just
Look at him. Brett Brown's just staring down the Sixers' head.
he acts like this is like a game.
How dare you leave an open shooter? We got to talk about this again.
BatFlips42 said yes, he is talking about that. So, the beef.
Where do we start?
Let's see. I guess we start with the many faces of Ben Simmons and the face that the face that he made at Jared Dudley when Jared Dudley got called for a foul and Ben Simmons like gave him like the once over look. That was funny.
Ashley Young said she won't stand for this Brett Brown slander.
She said that on the strap.
Yes, on Periscope.
I will not stand for this Brett
Wow.
Brown slander. There she is, Ashley Young. Well, what do you have to say about that? Because you're the one who's
Ashley's
shitting
a
on him.
Philly girl, so I appreciate the fact that she wants to defend her guy, but I believe that Ashley is kidding.
She's a Philly fan. She's not a Philly girl because she's not from Philadelphia.
Just relax.
She says it all the time. She's not from Philadelphia. She's from New Jersey.
No, she's
She's from New Jersey.
South Jersey's basically
South
Philly.
Jersey is
Oh
Philly.
my gosh.
You are not listening to. Correct me if I'm wrong, team. If you are from
If you're from North Jersey, you're from the city.
If you're
from
from-
South Jersey,
You're
you're
from
Philly.
South Jersey.
she is from a suburb of Philadelphia. She grew up going to Phillies games. She grew up going to Sixers games.
Ashley,
She
can
is
you
from-
clarify this for us?
She is from Philly, even though
It's-
she lives in Jersey.
Because I don't know how many times we've talked about this
people
when
who
you
live
try
in-
and claim she's from Philadelphia and you have said that you were from New
People who-
Jersey.
Grew
people who
up in
live-
Jersey, but she's from Philly.
People
Oh
who
my
live in
God.
King of
I
Prussia.
don't know how that works. Who's wrong,
they're from
Ashley?
Philly.
Who's wrong? She said you're wrong.
Who's wrong?
That's what I said. You need to be more specific.
Everyone is wrong.
I'm definitely not wrong.
I think I'm wrong. Who's wrong?
Ben Simmons jumper in the lane, good. 80.
I like the period at the end of that. Richard, Ashley. Who?
I'm still dreaming of it.
a comeback?
I'm dreaming of a Nets comeback.
It's
not
still the
Christmas.
third quarter.
Yeah, this
Yes.
is a long ass game.
Ennis, Simmons, Ennis, layup, make that a dunk.
Brr, 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 brr.
We're back up to it.
Mark
30.
is wrong. Ha!
Call the
I told you her ass is from South Philly.
Call the show. You're
I
not from
listened.
Jersey. It's all you're wrong. You don't even know what's going on here in your own life,
Are you talking-
Ashley.
Oh, I was like, excuse me. Let's not start this.
Okay, fine. I'm wrong. I don't feel like I am, but okay.
How are you going to tell her that you're?
Well,
I'm in South.
I need clarification then on how I'm
Stay.
wrong.
Hold on. Okay, here we go. We got a couple things. So she said you're wrong. Stay talking ish says he's right. I'm in South Jersey now. We
Right,
don't know
you're
what that
from
means.
Philly.
You're in South Jersey, so you're not in Philadelphia. Those are two different places.
Right,
if I
but
look up on a map that South Philly, or I mean South Jersey, it's a place, correct? It's a geographical place. It is not Philadelphia,
It's an
Pennsylvania.
extension of Philadelphia.
It's a completely different state.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. If she grew up going to Giant Stadium,
Okay, if I grew up
then-
going to the
then
Dodgers
she would-
games,
then
but I'm
she-
from Phoenix, so that makes me from LA.
then she would be from Jersey.
No.
But since she grew up going to Phillies games, and since she was having a
Okay, you know what?
Since she gave me cheers when the Phillies signed Bryce Harper,
Because she's a Phillies sports fan.
because she grew up in Philadelphia.
She grew up in South Jersey. I'm going off of what she has said numerous times. I'm going to take her word for it. She's from South Philly.
She's from South Philly now?
I mean, South Jersey, whatever the hell. If she wants to say she's from South Jersey, I'm going to take her word for it because that's where she says she's from.
one of probably the only South Jersey people who doesn't claim to be from Philly. Because
Well,
everyone from South
let her
Jersey is
speak
quick
her,
to
let
claim
her speak her
Philly.
truth then.
We all know that Ashley is going to be running all of media someday, so I think that she needs to
That's true.
She needs to get this straight before we go any further, or else it's going to be a major issue in her career.
I say I'm from upstate New York, and everyone thinks I'm from New York City.
Yeah, and you get annoyed every time someone says that you're from New York City.
It's 4 hours away.
That's great. How far is South Philly from, South Jersey? God damn it.
Literally 2 seconds. You cross the bridge.
How
Karis
far?
LeVert layup.
You go
good.
over the Ben Franklin Bridge.
Someone tell
and
me
you
who's
are in
actually
Jersey.
there or who's actually traveled, who is not
I will
from
map it
upstate New York.
right now.
Tell me how far it is. Ashley, how far is South Jersey from Philadelphia?
20 minutes.
From where you live.
20 minutes. She drives.
No, it's less than 20. If you cross the Ben Franklin Bridge, you go from Philly
don't
to
know.
South Jersey.
All I'm saying is they're two geographically different places.
The Sixers training facility is in South Jersey.
That's great. That doesn't mean that they're called the New Jersey Sixers. They're called the Philadelphia Sixers because they're from Philadelphia. Look, all I'm saying is they're two completely different places. They're in 2 different states. Therefore, she is from New Jersey. There should be a question on the SATs.
Independence Hall to Camden, New Jersey.
I'm asking where she's from.
6-minute drive.
That's great. I'm asking where she's from.
I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know where she's from. That's so.
Ashley, I need you to map it
I
on your
assume
phone
it's probably
where your
like-
home address is to Philadelphia.
It's probably like Cherry Hill, which is a 15-minute drive.
15 minutes is a different place. You can drive 15 minutes in Phoenix and you're in a different city.
I'm getting upset.
Clearly. God. Couldn't tell.
George is getting upset.
1:31 for the third quarter. We're going deep dive Philly, Jersey, because the Nets didn't show up
Because
tonight.
the Nets suck.
93-59.
I can't believe this
Shabazz
happened.
Napier is playing.
Oh my God, yes. That's on my board.
Oh, that is on my board too.
Appreciate
It's not
you,
gonna help me at all.
Ashley.
Can I borrow that highlighter again?
Yes, you can, Josh. There you go, buddy.
Thank you.
Alley-oop to Ben Simmons. Nobody's guarding him.
They are geographically close, but not synonymous. Thank you, Ashley Young. You all suck.
Geographically close, but not synonymous.
Has
She
Ben
said that's
Simmons,
it. That's the T.
Has Ben Simmons stared anyone down on the Nets tonight?
He's not.
Interesting.
He stared into the audience and pumped his chest, but not the Nets bench.
Are they not worth staring down?
Has Ben Simmons attempted a 3-point shot? No?
I haven't seen it.
Still
no.
hasn't?
No.
But he's still playing. Just traveled, no call, layup, missed.
What's his stat line? I know you had the thing pulled up on your...
It's
1 second. I will let you know.
I need to know if he has a
I
triple
need to
double.
know
yet.
if he has a triple double as
Yeah.
well.
nothing like the tablet. Going back to the phone. 95.
Ben Simmons has 13, 5, and 6.
Okay, and what is D'Angelo Russell points?
He's got 8.
Jesus.
He's 3 for 14.
Oh, he's going to get killed after this game's over. Not literally, I'm just meaning by the media. And by media, I
He's
mean people on
plus
Twitter.
minus D'Angelo Russell, negative 30.
Is that good?
I'm marking that off my board. He scored 30 for me.
Did you know that Travion Graham?
All right, here we go.
Play
Summer
tonight?
ahead for the Nets. Key free agents: DeMar Carroll, Jared Dudley, Ed Davis. Just clear all those people. They're retaining a lot of guys. They should be good.
The Nets are,
And D'Angelo
the
is
Nets are on the
restricted, I believe, so
See.
they can easily get him back.
Crabbe has a player option, which he's going to take. Levert is under control still. All of these guys are young, so I mean, for the future for the Nets, it looks lovely and bright and prosperous.
Yeah.
Currently, looks god awful. Bat Flips 42 asks if we do baseball. You don't want to see us do baseball.
Carm would love to do baseball.
I love baseball.
What I mean is, I don't know that
Do
we
you
could
guys see
draw
that,
for a
that
baseball
Dunkin'
game.
Donuts Munchkins box?
I didn't.
The giant Munchkins box there?
I did
Oh,
not.
it's right there. Oh,
Where?
just went on it.
Oh, sorry. Bat Flips 42. We don't do baseball, but who's to say we can't? You know, if it's a Cubs St. Louis
There-
Cardinals series, you
There's
know,
one thing that you can not predict is
baseball.
no.
Oh, well, yeah.
I mean, things change all the time. We may do baseball someday. Who knows?
Let's see. Hey, that's my brother. Hi, welcome in. Thanks for watching. It's the third quarter. You're late. What do the Nets need to do in the offseason to go to the next level? Sign Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, I think they got to go after one of these stars. We talk a lot about this. Bothers me. We talk a lot about how attractive the Knicks are,
Yeah.
and we can talk a lot about how South Jersey and
I was
Philly
about
are not
to
the
ask
same
you.
thing.
I was about to ask you.
Brooklyn and New York are the
mean-
same thing.
Right.
Like
You
Brooklyn
mean
is in
the
New
city.
York.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
If New York is an attractive location, Brooklyn is an attractive
I
location.
100% agree. I don't think that they're different. I
And
think
if I'm a player, I would rather play for the Nets than the Knicks.
You're crazy.
The Knicks are so dysfunctional.
they are. But
They
here's
have
the
terrible
thing.
attendance, yes, but if Kevin
They have
Durant,
not only do they have terrible attendance, they were dead last in attendance this
Yes,
season behind the
but
Suns.
if
We're talking
Kevin
about-
Durant
we're
is
talking
playing
about
for the Nets, do they not shoot up to top
First of all,
5?
simmer.
We are talking about the Nets with terrible attendance.
Yeah.
But you're talking about playing in the mecca of Madison
Yeah.
Square Garden versus playing for a team that barely resonates
Who's
in the
to
region.
say if Kevin
Who's to
Durant
say?
goes to Brooklyn, they won't shoot up to top 5, and Barclays Center,
Clippers-
nice new
Hold on. Are
stadium
you
turns
saying
into
that
this-
Kevin Durant's going to Brooklyn?
No, I'm not. I'm
Okay.
saying a big name goes to Brooklyn.
Okay.
Like Kevin Durant,
Okay.
they would shoot up in attendance for sure.
Absolutely. Of course.
And Barclays Center is a nice new stadium. It would turn into
Yeah, I've heard
perhaps
nothing-
a mecca of its own.
I've heard nothing but positive things about Barclays. I heard they got pretty good food.
Never been, but
And that's
Good
what I'm
food at
always.
Barclays?
That's why I'm always eyeing is the food at the stadiums because I've been to some pretty poor food stadiums.
I mean, who won with all due respect to the Brooklyn Nets being in the playoffs as a 6 seed, good job. They started out 8-18. They finished 42-40. Get in the playoffs. That's a nice season. A lot of people didn't expect them to be in the playoffs. But who would you be excited about if
Like,
you're a
who
free agent?
realistically?
Yeah. Oh, sweet. I get to go play with Karis LeVert. Nice player. But, I mean, it's not going to excite anyone. Oh, sweet. I get to go play with Spencer Dinwiddie. Yeah, I don't think so. Oh,
I
sweet.
think Spencer Dinwiddie's pretty well.
I think
respected.
Spencer Dinwiddie would
Yeah,
pull.
but nobody's going to be like,
I think
wanna go-
D'Angelo
I see your
Russell's the
point, yes.
problem.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know if guys like
yeah,
D'Angelo
I guess
Russell.
it comes down to, can players recognize that D'Angelo has maybe matured, or,
Yeah,
or are
that's-
they kind of testy with
That's where I think the problem is.
what happened with Nick Young and all that stuff?
I still think they're a tough sell, and maybe a guy like, you know who ends up there? Somebody like Jimmy ends up there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he could be trying out for the Brooklyn Nets right now, for all we know. Like, I don't know what his
Does
plan
Jimmy
is.
want to go to Brooklyn though?
Well,
He
who knows?
that was one of the teams that was named a lot with him at one point, was Brooklyn.
And it's in New York, like you said, it's the same thing. So why not? And they've got
Yeah. I
of
truly
money
just
to
don't
throw
understand
around.
why, like, it doesn't really seem to be viewed as the same thing when it comes to free agents.
Well-
is it truly because of Madison Square Garden?
it's
Why
because,
do you want to play in the place that Dolan owns?
It's because Madison Square Garden. It's because it's the Knicks. It's a brand. It's like why people want to play for LA every single year, and LA hasn't been relevant
Yeah.
for 6 years. So, you know, it's the same. It's the same thing. It's why those two teams will always be
I
at
guess
the top of everyone's list because they want to be the guy that bring back the Lakers or the Knicks out of the depths of
I guess
trash.
I just don't understand, like, the infatuation with history and these old arenas and playing in Madison Square Garden. Like,
Okay.
it's not that great. Like,
You haven't been to a lot of old arenas, have you?
I've been to MSG. It's not that great.
You NBA guys, when they talk about the Garden, they'll be like, it's the Mecca.
I know,
Like LeBron James said, it was either here or the Mecca.
Right.
That's the only place this could have ended.
and I just don't understand that.
It's because it's New York City. Every night you have
you been to
celebrities
the Garden?
sitting
You don't feel a
courtside.
certain specialness.
It was my first NBA game,
How
and it
old are
was
you?
very cool. I was grade school. It was probably 8th grade.
Okay, so
There's something about the Garden, but
I've never
I get what
been,
you're saying
so-
too. Like, whatever. Who's gonna pay me the most money? What situation is gonna be the best for me?
we've got to follow up.
Who am I playing with? Jimmy Butler is on the bench talking to Brett Brown right now. They're very close, eyeball to eyeball.
We've got another follow-up question to the Brooklyn thing.
Okay.
What's a more attractive destination for free agents, Brooklyn, Clippers, or the Lakers?
It's a great question. To each his own. I personally would say the Lakers, but
Because LeBron's there.
Clippers
I think there's
Yeah.
a clip.
building a new arena. Steve Ballmer's completely turned that team around from what it
And
was.
is completely passionate about that team.
They made an amazing trade, which set them up to either have cap space to sign
Mm-hmm.
a star free agent or have draft picks and
Yeah.
build these young guys that they have. They have SGA and Landry Shamet, who are both great rookies.
Yeah.
Wait, the Clippers are building a new arena?
Yeah,
in
they want to get
Inglewood.
yeah.
Wow.
Steve Ballmer doesn't want to be
They
in
do not want to be
Staples
under the
Center.
clutches of Staples Center.
Yeah.
and
I
the
mean,
Lakers.
the first thing he did
They're
when he came
sick-
into that place was hide all of the championship banners with banners of the players on the team for every home game,
They are sick of basically being
it's
the
not-
stepbrother to the Lakers.
which I would understand, especially now with the way things have gone. I mean, the Clippers, you know, during the Lob City era, they were great. I mean, they injected energy into Staples Center, and
Yeah.
they got a lot of people to become Clippers
And that was
fans.
when they had an awful owner. Can you imagine what
Yeah.
they would do if they have an engaged owner like Ballmer?
Yeah, and you know, like you said, a young core with Shai
That's why I said SGA.
Shai Gilgeous
Gilgis Alexander.
Gilgeous
Alexander.
Alexander.
Love him.
Gilgeous, whatever. He's the coolest young dude in the game. That's my opinion.
And picking up Landry Shamet was
That
was great.
was a hell of a move.
Uh,
And you still got Lou Williams. Is he free agent this year? Do we know?
Sweet Lou Williams.
You got Lou. You got Montrezl Harrell, which
I think Lou Williams is under contract.
I would love to have Montrezl Harrell on my team.
Yep.
I think
100% love him.
My God.
You win with that guy.
Yeah, you do.
Hang on.
But I would agree with you. I think the Clippers are the more attractive destination over LA or Brooklyn. But I think that Brooklyn in like 2 to 3 years could be up there. But I also think it's going to suck because if the Knicks get, you know, 2 guys this summer and they're, you know, then all the Knicks fans come swarming back to MSG and, you know, I'm sure Brooklyn fans will probably go back to that because they were like, well, Brooklyn's in the playoffs. Let's just go to a Brooklyn game.
Yeah.
They might suffer if they don't make a big move.
I'm not
Lou Williams under contract.
I don't know much about Brooklyn, so I don't know enough to diagnose the problem of their attendance, but it's weird to me that they are so
I'll diagnose
far
it
down.
for you. Where New Jersey, where the Nets used to play, was nowhere close to Brooklyn. There's no in Brooklyn. There's no Nets.
It's in
fan.
Newark, right?
Yeah, there's no. They used to play in East Rutherford, New Jersey.
I've been to that arena. Yeah.
Right. So, which is nowhere close to Brooklyn. Brooklyn, they're Knicks fans. So you just put the Nets in the middle of a ton of Knicks fans, and the only reason why people go to those games is because the stadium's right there and it's cheaper.
But the Nets used to play on Long Island. Are there not people that like come in from Long Island?
They're not coming from the island of Brooklyn, man.
I think the way for them to build a fan base is to start with the youth, because you're not going to change, people our age or older to becoming a Brooklyn fan just because the Knicks suck. Like Matt Verderham's not going to be a Nets fan all of a sudden. He's a Knicks fan.
I will say where I went to school, ended up going to school because it was a state school with a bunch of downstaters, and I don't think I ever saw anyone my age wearing a Knicks shirt, but I saw a ton of people wearing Nets shirts. So maybe they're already tapping into that.
Yeah, I think that's the way, especially, I think that's for any team that's trying to build a new fan base or moving or relocating, that's in a city of another team. Like with the Clippers, they built their own fan base. They weren't able to persuade people to become Clippers fans who were Lakers fans. They just built their own fan base, by having a good product on the floor during the Lob City era. And
they rode Billy Crystal to victory.
Yeah, they did that too. Billy Crystal is
so
quick to say he's a Clippers fan. It's awesome.
I'm on the Clippers bandwagon.
Yeah.
I can't believe the Clippers want to build it. Well, of course, the Clippers used to play in the sports arena.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
It makes sense.
If we're going history,
especially if they're going to be in an upward trajectory.
They want to build. They want to build an Inglewood right over the flight path to LAX.
That's a move.
That's. It seems like. Go you, Steve Ballmer.
Yeah.
I appreciate what he's done for the franchise. I mean, he's definitely made up a hell of a lot more stable than when the clown Donald Sterling was running around.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's no doubt. All right, guys. Well. Good to be with you tonight.
Yeah. Thanks for everyone for watching. We're not done. We're just.
I feel like
I'm trying to wrap it up.
I feel like we might as well say goodbye.
It's like 9 minutes.
It's 101 to 69. Game's over. I mean,
man. Well, we can talk about.
We can talk about lots of things, but we can also say,
You want to go home so bad.
I just want to be in the moment and be like, this game sucks, and there's nowhere to go with it. I mean, what else?
I really thought this was going to be a lot closer.
Yeah, it's disappointing.
I was hopeful when we planned this one out that it would be 2-2.
Yeah, me too.
And Brooklyn had every chance to do it, and perhaps you want to blame the refereeing, but it just didn't work out, and then they just came in tonight and flat out gave up. This team
from the jump, it just did not. They were down 14-2 or something.
They
smelled. It was 20-2 at one point.
Yeah, it's not good.
I mean,
coming in after Dudley makes all these comments coming into the Sixers home court, Philly fans are upset.
Exactly. Obviously we couldn't hear the game, but I'm sure every time he touched the ball, he got booed.
Yeah.
Just like Brooklyn did to Ben Simmons. Yeah. It's but one good thing that came out of this is a nice little rivalry we got out of Brooklyn and Philly. Now,
is that going to last, though?
Depends on how well Brooklyn does, if they can add someone.
Jimmy goes to Brooklyn, it will.
Can the Spurs upset the Nuggets and win the series?
Who what?
Can the Spurs upset the Nuggets and win the series?
Yes, absolutely.
I think so, and I don't think it's going to be an upset. I think people should expect that.
Yeah.
I'm going back to game 2. San Antonio should have won that game, and they didn't.
Yeah.
Nikola Jokic has not been his normal self this series.
Because, look, Nikola Jokic hasn't played in the fourth quarter in a very long time. Because Denver has been blowing people out. And he's a thick dude. He's chubby. He's not in the best shape of his life. So I'm not surprised that he's not used to any of this. Who's upstairs? It's 7 or 8. What are we doing?
It's 9, actually.
There's a doctor's office above this, isn't there?
Cleaning people. I don't know.
Yeah,
okay.
That's a good call. It probably is the cleaning people. Great job by you, Wilson. Forget about
being realistic.
Why is that not on the bingo card? Cleaning people mess up the stream.
Well, it was on the stream last time.
Yeah, they almost came in. That was for the national championship game.
Like, who is here right now?
It's like 8, and that was like way late.
That
game started at like 8:40.
Somebody reacts to people being in the building.
Yeah, so
I just want to shoot jumpers.
Well, the basketball. Okay. But I do think the Spurs win that series. I think who would they play if they win that? They play Portland, OKC. That's a
right.
boring ass series. It doesn't matter who wins out of that OKC Portland, which is the game that comes on later.
What do you mean it doesn't matter?
Portland OKC, that game. I'm saying doesn't matter who wins in that series. That series against San Antonio is going to be boring. Speaking of San Antonio, they are down 19-24 to Denver in the first quarter.
I don't think that series is going to be boring. I think it'll be a good series. It won't be. It'll be the least watched of all the.
Oh, is that something?
That's
Miss layup? Oh, Miss fast break dunk.
Yeah, it'll be the least. I mean, I don't even think anyone's watching the Denver San Antonio series either, except for like hardcore NBA fans.
That's been a boring
That's
series.
Like
There's
a
been a
hipster
couple
NBA
first
series.
round series that I've not been a big fan of.
And that's one of them.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that it's our only 2-2 series that we have, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you guys say that the first round has been boring? Because I feel like a lot of people on Twitter have been saying that it's been boring.
I liked this series until this game.
Yeah.
Well, the ratings are getting smoked. They're down 20%.
Yeah, I read that today. Not good
Warriors Clippers was kind of fun for a game.
for our game. So no, the first round's been boring.
It's been relatively boring, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's much more boring than any other year.
Do you prefer best of 5 or best of 7 in the first round?
5.
Yeah, best of 5.
And I was talking to Wilson. I think that the top two teams in the East and the West, or the top team, I should say, they should both get buys. I should not have to sit here and watch Milwaukee play 4 games against Detroit. I'm sorry.
Not too much of an advantage. They gotta play the games.
That's the point of getting the number 1 seed. Then it makes the regular season more competitive because you're vying for that first round bye.
That's an interesting angle if you think it's gonna up the
Bless you.
competition in the regular
Oh, it
season
for
to get
sure
the bye.
would.
And it would. That's
Like, you imagine how much better Houston would be if they were trying to get that first round bye. Like, they would be the number 2.
Absolutely.
They would be gunning every single game for that number 1 seed in the West. That's my take.
Would they though? Like, oh, we really want the time off. We really want the time off. Would they be of that mindset? I'm not sure.
I
like,
mean, if you're James Harden and your usage rate is astronomically high,
but
That's one of my keys for the next series, I think, is that's why the role players are so important, because he is going to be fatigued. He's been going crazy all season. At this point, other people need to step up. His durability is...
That's not really their mindset, though. Like they don't. I think NBA players are creatures of habit. They're not going to want to be off for that long. It's a challenge to do it. I don't know.
Well, they wouldn't be off for that long if it's a best of 5 first round.
Yeah.
And if you went best of 5.
Yeah.
And then you had to buy.
That's what I'm.
This is now you're giving up way too much money. Now you've got.
Well, that's the. You're asking me what I would do.
But isn't it a better product though if it's 5 games, and
it condensed and it's
so
not
maybe
so
it would
drawn
be
out.
a better business move, because if you have 5 good games instead of series of
Because look, Boston swept the Pacers. They're not playing until Saturday or Sunday. So it's
awesome.
damn near the same amount of time off
Yeah.
as having a first round bye. Boston's not going to be playing until this weekend or Monday at the latest. Like, so it really doesn't matter. I don't know. I think
We're trying to
Carmen's not feeling it.
I'm not. Well, I think I would enjoy it at the
Yeah.
end of the day. 1-8. So outside of, but you wouldn't have some of the greatest upsets in the history of the game when the Denver Nuggets 8 seed beat the Seattle SuperSonics, when the Knicks were an 8 seed and
the
they beat
Warriors
the
were
Miami
an 8
Heat.
seed. The We Believe Warriors.
The We Believe Warriors. Who'd they beat?
Dallas. They
Oh,
beat Dallas.
sorry.
And Dirk punched a hole in the wall and they framed it inside Oracle.
It's amazing.
And he signed it because he's a great man.
What year was that?
That was early 2000s.
He didn't sign it till this year though. He held on to that memory for
Well,
quite
of course
a
he did. That fueled him. Was that a hiccup?
Richard's hiccuping in the background means we've been here too late.
And it's only 7 o'clock. Actually, wait, what? It's
7
not
o'clock.
It's
What
9:06.
watch are you looking at?
This thing is wrong then. Yeah, the clock on
Except
this.
for California time?
I guess. I don't know. Where did we get this thing? Everyone's like, 7 o'clock. I get it. Everyone relax.
Game started at 7.
God. I was like, what time did this game start? I've lost all sense of time.
It is 9 o'clock.
Oh, Raptors won, in case we were
We
interested in that.
definitely
Bing.
congratulations to Toronto advancing.
4-1. So we've got Raptors, Philly, round 2. That'll probably start. Who the hell knows? Because the NBA takes forever to release these schedules. We won't know
This
until.
weekend?
So
Maybe earlier.
What other series do we have left to wrap up in the East?
Well, they won't move on the East until
The West is done.
The Bucks are through. The
Yeah.
Celtics are through.
We have
Everyone's
nothing.
going to be done.
yeah. After tonight, East is done. Waiting on Nuggets Spurs.
Jesus. So we're going to be waiting for a while.
And I mean, Thunder Blazers could
That could be over tonight.
Yeah,
In fact, that will be over tonight.
Technically, it could keep.
I think OKC wins tonight. I am holding out.
Do they win the series?
No.
Okay.
No.
So what do you think OKC does in the offseason to like not
Fires.
lose?
I think Billy Donovan gets fired.
I would agree that needs to happen.
I don't think there's much more they can do than that. I think you're going to bring somebody in who's going to try to get a better return on investment on the talent they have in OKC. I base that on nothing. That's just my. I mean, I don't have any information that Billy Donovan's getting fired.
He has sources, guys.
Sometimes I do.
He does.
In this particular one, I do not.
I mean, I don't think.
Awful shot.
I don't think there's a lot they can do. See, now you're making Richard.
No, I'm not.
I thought he was making. I thought he was getting
the ball.
No.
Richard wants to stretch his legs.
I don't think that there's much they can do because their money is tied up in Paul George.
Right, what are they going to do?
And Russell Westbrook and Steven Adams. They could trade Steven Adams.
Yeah,
that is the thing they could do.
Like, oh, I
Wow.
Wow. They could trade Steven Adams, but for what?
I mean, there's a lot of teams that would love to have Steven Adams.
If you're gonna, you have. Thank you, Richard. You don't have to do that. The rogue move is okay, Russ. Anybody want him? Hey, Chicago. You want him?
You want him?
You want a marquee? No.
Okay then.
His contract's terrible.
I know. A lot of people's contracts are terrible.
Yeah, Russ.
Chris Paul's contract is god
Russ
awful.
is on contract through 2023. In 2023, he's going to be making $46 million.
Yeah, same as Chris Paul. And Chris Paul's going to be older and not as effective, in my opinion.
Paul George comes off the book a year earlier, making 37.
And he signed his deal later. That's odd. So they signed him to a huge contract, Russell Westbrook.
Think about how much money there is in the NBA.
5-year looks like for quick math.
You don't need to do the numbers. I just want to know how many years.
But just think about how
5 years.
Think about how
with
much,
a player option on the 5th year.
Okay. Go ahead.
For like almost $200 million.
Go ahead, Carm.
I'm just pointing out. Think about how much money there is in the NBA that we all pay, that the owners can afford to pay the players to that level.
Well, I don't pay anything to the NBA.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
You're watching right now.
I don't pay for League Pass. I don't pay for jerseys. I don't pay for tickets. I haven't been to an NBA game all season.
That's not true. You went to a game at the United Center. You told me you did.
That was free. Didn't pay for it.
Somebody paid for it.
You are a consumer of the product.
Yeah.
But
again, I didn't pay for this.
So you're elevating the ratings here. There's a reason why people are advertising because they know Jasmyn Wimbish is
Well, of course.
watching.
I'm just saying my physical monies. I have not paid for anything in the NBA this entire season.
What have you bought? What
nothing.
shoes are you wearing?
I'm wearing Nikes.
Why? Because Nike knows that you're watching NBAs and they want to advertise.
These were never advertised on TV. These were advertised on the Twitter sphere.
It counts.
I'm just telling you, I did not.
How'd you get that jersey?
On eBay.
Well, there you go. There you
like
go.
8 years ago.
Fair enough.
I'm telling you, this season did not spend a single dollar on the NBA.
Wilson, am I not gonna win this? Am I not gonna be able to make this point?
No.
I think you.
I get what you're saying. I'm just saying, me personally did not spend money.
She's trolling, Carl.
Yeah, no. The amount of money that NBA players make off of
I'm not begrudging the dollars that they make at all.
No, it's just a statement.
I'm just pointing out how much we're invested in the game.
Yeah.
As a collection of people, fans of the league, fans of hoop, that ticket prices are what they cost, which is insane.
It's so expensive. Not as expensive as the NFL. I was looking at tickets.
Right, but the NFL's got 10 home games with preseason. NBA's got 45.
Yeah, that's true. They should, especially in bigger markets. I mean, Bulls games are relatively cheap, right? I don't know.
You're kidding?
Bulls
it's so expensive.
I mean, we were looking throughout the season, and there were some cheap tickets.
But face value seats for a Bulls game are incredible how much they cost.
I don't know how much they cost.
Up top, worst seat in the house is 40.
I'm not paying that much.
No, yeah. I didn't realize. I thought they were 20.
Yeah. I mean,
no.
Resale.
StubHub, yes, but when they're bad.
Yeah,
but
which is always.
But it's all.
You go to the game. How much food is expensive as hell.
I always get into why do you got to eat? Eat before you go.
That's what I try and do, and then. I mean, for basketball games, I usually don't eat.
It's a 2-hour game.
But I don't really associate basketball games with let's go get I go to a baseball game and eat food. I don't go to a basketball game and eat food. I did when I went to the United Center, but That's because I forgot. I meant to eat beforehand and then I didn't.
Well, and I get it. Part of the fun, you go to the game, you get some food. It's part of the
That's
experience.
not
Well,
fun.
and they
losing $30 on food.
Well, especially because like the NBA isn't like the MLB. The MLB makes these outlandish menus of like specialty items. The NBA just
And
serves,
the
like,
MLB
regular
is kind
stuff.
of designed to walk
Yeah.
around a little bit during the game.
Yeah.
The United Center's loaded with food in Chicago. All NBA
United
arenas
Center
are.
has great food.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got. They had Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue there. It was very long line.
Oh, wait.
Pretty damn good.
Greg
Thing.
Greg
Monroe.
Monroe, has he turned the ball over?
That was not.
That was not a turnover.
But
Put your
has he
marker
yet?
down. No. Did he?
Yes, he did. He has
Yay.
a turnover.
I got that on mine.
I mean, look at the Sixers.
Oh, man. The one thing that I don't have is team scores 75
That sucks.
by halftime. Oh,
Can't
come
win.
on.
Cannot win.
Oh,
That's unfortunate.
That's brutal.
Can't do it. Who's? What do you got over there? Well,
I
let's
don't
do
think-
let's do a shoe contest. Who's got the best shoe?
Right now?
Yeah.
Definitely Jasmyn.
I do.
Let's see your shoe. And you gotta flip it so people are seeing your heel. You gotta get a little.
Well, I'm sitting for comfort, not for
show
everybody.
That shoe.
I don't. How do you? I don't.
There you go. Now you got
There
it.
we go. There we go.
What about this solid brown with this sock combo? What do you got, Wilson?
I don't want to. I'm wearing Vans.
He's wearing high top Vans.
What's wrong with that? It's a good look.
nice.
do you-
Sweet shoe. I think you have the best shoe.
I disagree.
Do we think any of
wholeheartedly.
the teams in the East could beat the Warriors?
Yes.
Or is the best
No.
shot the Rockets? No one in the East can beat the Warriors.
I don't think
I don't think so.
they can beat Golden State. I do think they can beat Houston. In fact, if Houston gets by, I'm picking the East.
Okay, but if Warriors get into the finals, nobody.
You think any of Sixers, Raptors, Celtics, Bucks, all of them can beat the Rockets?
Yes.
I think.
Interesting.
I don't think all four of those teams can beat.
Yeah,
the
I
Rockets.
don't either.
I don't think Milwaukee can beat the Rockets.
Greg Monroe firing up a 3-pointer. Why
You
not?
don't think Milwaukee would be like the most likely?
Yeah, I just don't see it. I see.
Who are you? And you're picking them to beat the Celtics?
I'm picking who to beat the Celtics.
You're saying the Bucks.
Oh,
are gonna beat the
Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I don't know who I'm picking. I haven't picked my Eastern Conference.
At this
champions.
very moment in time, with a 116-81 score, with 4:20 to go, 4:20. Who would you pick if your life depended on it? Rondae House, Jefferson, a dunk.
Hey, he took his headband off. Maybe it was. It's funny.
116-83.
He's like, I'm not playing anymore. Gotta take this off. Who am I picking to win the East?
No, just Celtics, Bucks.
Celtics, Bucks. Oh, I don't know. I honestly don't.
You have to give takes. This is the profession you're in.
You don't give takes all the time. Settle down.
You have to. You don't have to do anything. Actually, fine. Just sit down. Who do you got?
Bucks.
Milwaukee.
I thought you said Celtics.
I'm picking Boston.
Wait.
No, he said Milwaukee.
Oh, you just echoed him.
Oh, okay.
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 There's an echo
I'm
in this
picking
office.
Boston.
Okay.
You got the Bucks. I've got the Celtics.
You've been. I will give you this. If the Celtics go to the finals, I'm gonna have to give you credit because you've been pretty strong in that since.
I have not wilted.
Yeah, it's
I just
been a while.
I just
Million
haven't
things that I've
watched.
wilted.
I just haven't watched a lot of Milwaukee this season, so I need to see them play a game because I haven't even watched them in the first round.
That's
That's why I'm like, if I pick Milwaukee, I haven't seen them play. It'd be like a ill-informed pick.
the problem with picking the Boston Celtics is that, well, we don't. How the hell are you going to stop Giannis for one?
You don't.
And you're going up. You've got three guys. Bledsoe's playing phenomenal basketball right now.
Chris Middleton.
Chris Middleton is. You got a nice big three right there.
Brooke Lopez.
You got some nice ass complementary players too.
Mm-hmm.
So even though Malcolm Brogdon is he even going to play in the
He's
series?
hurt. Dante DiVincenzo's hurt.
He hasn't done anything all year, Dante DiVincenzo.
No, but he's a good spot-up shooter if you need it.
Yeah, he's okay. Nico. You got Nico.
Mirotic.
You got Nico running around.
I mean, I think they're depth matches.
My point is this, that the Bucks have enough firepower and they're a better defensive team
Than
than Boston.
Boston is what, the best defensive team in the league?
I just think, like, if you absolutely have to have a bucket, the best guy in the series is on the Celtics, easily. Kyrie, I would give the ball to Kyrie over Giannis if I needed a hoop every day of the week. And then I might even pick. You also, I mean, look, you've got a lot of other offensive firepower on Boston. And Gordon Hayward's playing the best basketball he's played all year. And Jason Tatum is playing. And also, Jaylen Brown had a great series.
Mm-hmm.
So
I just can never the Celtics are so inconsistent from game to game, series to series, that it's hard for me to be like, what Celtics team are we going to get?
that's very fair.
And again, I haven't seen a lot of Milwaukee this season because I just have not been watching Milwaukee basketball. Shame on me, I know. But they're playing each other in the next round, so I'm sure we'll do a live stream for one of those games, or maybe multiple. Who knows?
I want to go up to Milwaukee for one of them.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Gotta go Bucks Celtics. Come
I
on.
heard it's a very nice arena.
It is a nice arena.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to see that at some point. Definitely better than old, what was it, Bradley Center?
I have no idea.
It was the Bradley Center, which was a fine, underrated 1989.
But compared to the new arena, it's...
And like it was, Bradley Center was a place that it didn't have the old school feel at all. It was just kind of like mediocre nude school.
Yeah.
But I still appreciated it, just because Milwaukee's just such a lovely town with lovely people.
I've heard.
I've never been.
Never been, yeah. And it's what, like an hour and a half?
I don't think
from
I've ever
Chicago?
been to Wisconsin.
You've never been to Wisconsin?
No.
Great
Yeah,
cheese, good burgers.
This is the farthest east I've been, so.
Are you serious?
I'm from Arizona.
I've been out that way though, and I'm
Okay.
from. Man,
No need to judge.
I forgot.
love
Everyone's
interesting.
life experience is not the same as mine.
People are weird.
2:15 to go here. 116.91. I tried to end this, but you guys fought. So good job.
Well,
You wanted to see it through to the finish.
Is this the furthest north you've been as well?
Integrity in the chat.
yes.
This is the furthest north you've been. This
This
is
is
the furthest east
this,
you've been.
yes, this is the furthest in the United
All right,
States
well,
I've been.
all right. You get. I've never been to Maine, but I feel like you need to go to Maine just so like you have the whole thing covered here.
I think
Well, I
furthest
think
north
Maine's
I've
on
been
the
is
lower end of the list of
Toronto.
places I need to go, but sure.
That's probably true. We got to fight. We have.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
let's
Stop.
go.
Are
Come
we
on.
kidding? Are we for real? What are we doing? There's
Are we gonna
literally
get a double
minute-
tech? Are we gonna get a
There's
double
a
tech?
minute and 50 seconds left. Are you
I'm putting my
freaking
feet
kidding
up
me?
for this because this is just. I mean, no, we're getting a brawl with two people.
Oh, Franklin.
Oh, Franklin's trying to get out of the way.
We're getting a brawl with two people that no one's ever heard of.
This is pretty much
Yeah,
a
I
lock for
literally
a double
don't-
tech, right?
I literally don't know who it even was that was fighting. Who the hell is this? Who is that? Wilson?
That is Jonah Bolden.
Jonah Bolden just
Never
got in a
heard of him.
brawl.
Bro. With who? And why?
got
Looked like
what?
Rodion Krooks.
You're about to go to
He
the
got
next
in a
round
brawl
of the
with Crooks.
playoffs.
Both benches are just kind of sitting there like
Really?
just like kind of like just walk
Now
off
this-
the court.
now
You
this is a-
sorry ass.
Oh wait, no, it was.
Was it Musa?
Yeah. I
Now
guess
this
it
game
was.
is extended even longer.
Can
Are
we
you
get a-
joking me?
They don't even.
God.
They don't have.
What are we doing? Okay. And then what?
No. See,
Wrong camera. Come on. God.
TNT.
All right. So that happened.
Ooh.
Okay, so they got tangled
So
up.
they
a
got
little.
tangled. And then what?
Oh, classic arm wrestle.
okay, so. I have never seen anybody
That's
more
so
wrong
silly.
than Bolden.
That's so stupid.
Bolden slammed him into. There's got to be something before that.
I mean, that was because Gucci Mane is there.
Gucci's in attendance. Damn it, I should have put that on there. But why would Gucci Mane be at Philly's game?
Did you see Ben?
Then Simmons was like, do I need to get up for this?
He
What
got
does it
up,
make
got
me?
right back down.
Tobias Harris is sitting out there looking like. What?
Look at Boban scratching his ear like, what's up?
He needs one of those things you were talking about.
Probably. It would take a lot of earwax out of his ear, I'm sure.
I mean,
He's got giant ears.
Bolden
Huge.
cracked this guy.
Like, so he's talking to him,
Oh, okay. So then he threw him off. I get it.
but it was...
He's gonna get
it's
suspended
it's
for.
crooks.
Oh, he pulled that ref. He's gonna get suspended.
Bolden.
What an idiot.
Can we get a count?
Brett Brown smiled for the first time tonight.
Fights happening?
What a clown! I'm glad.
Dang it, I had Jared Dudley spark some kind of tiff. Who knew it was going to be Jonah Bolden
But
sparking
can't
a
we
tiff?
trace it back to Jared Dudley?
We can, doesn't help me. Did someone get dunked on?
Jonah
don't think so.
Bolden out of UCLA.
Never heard of him.
He's basically
You just lost. Oh wait, no. That's
he's a
first
young,
round.
athletic center, not great on defense.
So why is he in the league?
I mean, he's super young.
Athleticism.
he's still got tons of room to grow. He could be a decent backup to him.
Jonah Bolden just got your name in the news for all the stupid reasons, sir.
Jonah Bolden is going to get...
Why do they need another athletic person on the team when they have Zaire Smith? I know he's injured, but, like, do we need multiple of those?
Jonah, I will always...
I mean, athletic center, though.
Can we check out this dude's beard? Did you guys see that?
Yeah, he's at all the games.
In white.
Jonah Bolden got a 4-year contract.
This year?
4-year, $7 million deal from the Sixers, Jonah Bolden.
To do this.
He got
Money well spent, I guess.
I'm reading...
And TJ's holding him back.
TJ McConnell's bigger than Shabazz Napier. There's that fun fact. Didn't know
Okay.
that.
Jonah is smiling as they're telling him you have been ejected from the ballgame and will be suspended, I'm going to guess, for 3 games in the next
That's
year.
how-
No,
'cause
not
that's how the
3
league
games.
works.
3 games?
For Jonah
I
Bolden?
would think 1 game.
1 game, Bolden? I'm going to
Yeah,
go 2.
it'll be a game.
Can I split? Can I?
It'll be a game because he doesn't matter. That's why.
But if he mattered, they would want to suspend him less so that they could
If he
get
mattered,
the
he wouldn't be
money-making players
suspended.
on the court.
Way to go, Karooks.
If he mattered, he wouldn't have been suspended because Jared Dudley wasn't suspended. They both got ejected.
I mean, Dudley should have never been ejected.
Right. So what I'm saying is because he doesn't matter, they're gonna be like, you can sit on the bench and be suspended for a game. It won't matter.
I like how the referee goes right to the TV table and just tell Greg Anthony what's going on.
Right?
Why can't they?
Wait, what? It used to be Reggie Miller. Where the hell's Reggie?
There's Jock Vaughn
Or
walking
maybe
around.
they're doing the late game, the Portland OKC game, which you're taking OKC, right?
Tonight I am, but I got the Sixers. I got Portland winning in 6.
Okay.
Right in OKC.
I hope not. I hope they win tonight so we can go on to the second round. I don't need to see more of Russ versus Dame.
I didn't
I'm
know
over
that.
it.
It's the first time that I've realized that Jock Vaughn is on the Nets bench. KU.
Don't know who that is.
Oh, he was a point guard leading the way for
you
Kansas
guys
back in
know-
the day, winning titles.
Do you guys know Monty Williams is on the Sixers bench? That's a
Not
pretty
for
good
long.
assistant.
Not for
Are you
Not
doing
for
a
long,
segue?
but, we can. We certainly could.
Phoenix Suns top option for their head coach.
He's been mentioned for a couple of
Yeah,
these. I think
he's-
the Lakers were kind of
He interviewed with
interested.
the Lakers. They gave permission to Phoenix to interview him. The Lakers have interviewed Jason Kidd, Juwan Howard. Is that his name? Juwan? Not
Yes.
Juwan Howard.
Yeah.
Is it
Yes,
Juwan Howard?
Jawan Howard, Michigan.
Heat assistant.
Heat
right now.
assistant
Lead
forever.
assistant, yes. What is that? Celotis, I guess. Who y'all got for the OKC game? He's got OKC. I've got Portland.
Yeah, I think
'Cause it's
Blazers
on.
close it out.
It's in Portland, so I think that they're gonna want to close this out, move on.
I'm just hoping that it's not a rational pick, but I'm just hoping that OKC's got one more
Yeah, like
ounce of fight.
you can't lose in 5.
Come on, man.
Gentleman sweep. That's embarrassing.
Step up.
2 years in a row. Well, have they lost 3 years in a row in the first round? OKC?
They're
Or
yes.
4 years? No, 3. Because that's how long
This will be
KD's
3, I
yeah.
think.
That's a bad look. You
That's
just
not
keep
good.
doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results, and
The Nets so far tonight, 26.7% from beyond the arc.
That'll do it. Well, here, everybody, thank you so much for watching us tonight.
yes.
Great to be with you as always. We will be back next week with, if not
A game.
Celtics and Bucks, it will be one of the good ones. I think the semifinals this year, maybe it'll be Rockets and Warriors. Regardless, it's going to be the semifinals in both the Western and Eastern Conferences are going to be the highlight of the playoffs. So we are all here for it. And
Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page, subscribe on Twitch, follow us on Twitter, follow the 3 of us on Twitter if you want.
at the Carm,
Jasmyn Wimbish.
Josh Wilson, FS.
the final tonight from Philadelphia as the Sixers advance in the series 122-100. Philly wins the opening round series with the Brooklyn Nets in 5. A much more competitive series than it actually looks right now. But it is all over officially.
Yes.
So thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Richard for producing,
you,
directing,
Yeah, Richard.
hanging out with us. And everybody have a great night. Go Thunder. Keep it alive. Let's make it entertaining. And we'll see you next time.